It's the Unidentified Podcast, episode 24, also known as Randy and Nathan Show, again, because this is our life. E3!
Woo!
It happened. I personally don't have a lot to talk about in my life, because that's my life. We're just gonna talk about E3 for however long. We don't really have a plan. We're just gonna talk about what happened, what was showed, and give our impressions on it. What do you think? How's that sound? Nathan's here.
Hey, what's going on?
How's that sound? I was directing it towards you. Not the rhetorical.
Oh, I thought that was like a phone in. Let me know what you think.
I mean, I already told you what we were going to do, so this is not.
Yeah, I was like, why is he saying it twice? I already know.
See, you're slacking. Adam was right on top of it. I started a bit without even telling him, and he totally went along with it.
Okay.
Got to step up your game.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know. I didn't know I was on point here. Like, I didn't know I had to be on stage. Like, if I'd known, I would have brought my A game. But so far, it's just B game. Slowly slip into C game.
That's all right. You got time. So I'm going to try to do this by memory, but you've got a list of things. I hope you said you did.
Yeah, I do. I have a general overview of the big stuff that went down at E3 this year.
But from my recollection, the first thing that happened was the Bethesda press conference.
That is correct.
I watched that. Did you watch it?
I did, yeah. I watched it the day after.
Right. Yeah, I watched it. It wasn't live. I don't remember when I watched it. But, so they showed Doom. Was that the first thing they showed?
I'm terrible at order, but...
Well, let's just say Doom.
Right, sure. I do remember seeing it.
I just wanted The Rock to be in Doom this one.
Oh, God, yeah. That's terrible film.
It looked alright. It wasn't... I don't know.
It's a bit slow.
It looked empty.
Yeah.
To me. It's like, alright, I'm gonna go... Oh, then there's monsters, and then I shot the monsters, and it's empty again. It doesn't feel...
Doom.
I don't know. I can't really explain it. It doesn't feel like... There's no music, really.
Yeah.
There's a little bit near the end, but that was it. It just felt kind of soulless. But I know it's early, maybe-ish. It's not coming out this year, is it?
I don't think so.
So maybe they can add all that stuff, but it didn't feel like there was a purpose. You're just kind of in this empty, kind of quiet area. And holy crap, did I get sick of those finishing moves.
Yeah.
That got annoying. I don't need finishing moves.
As far as I remember, I do have a beta invite. Because I got it from when I bought Wolfenstein. Yeah, so I think that's this year, but I doubt the game will be releasing this year. Probably won't be released until next year, maybe late next year, something like that. But I'm pretty sure the beta probably might have a go this year. I don't know, but hopefully it is, because I'm interested to try it out. Because, yeah, like you said, I wasn't too blown away by it. I was like, this is okay, I guess. It's a bit boring, but...
It looked alright.
Yeah, it looked good. But is it any fun to play?
The guns looked kind of fun. The shotgun looked satisfying. That's what needed to happen, because I hated Doom 3 shotgun. And that's, you go to Doom for the shotgun. That's why you're here. The one thing I'm excited about the prospect of is that game mode creator thing that they were showing, like the map creator.
All right.
That looked cool. Because if there's just unlimited game modes, that's exciting. If you have to pay for them, I'm out. But because I'm just thinking of like the StarCraft map editor, where it's all these custom weird game modes, and you just join a game and it's like, I have no idea what this is, but we're about to find out, and it's super crazy.
Yeah.
Halo 3 had that with Forge and stuff.
Forge, yeah. It does add a little bit of like longevity to a game if you throw in a free map editor or something. It's something for fans to just stick around in and then make something cool. If someone can create like a co-op campaign or like a weird multiplayer modes or whatever, that's awesome. That's what I want to see. That's kind of the thing that got me to go like, all right, maybe there's something here. But in terms of the single player, that did very little for me. But I guess we'll see. I mean,
that's Doom.
Yeah,
it's just called Doom. It's not called Doom 4. That sucks, because you know what else is Doom? Doom. That game's great. It's one of the... I mean, you can't... I don't know. I don't like it. Doom implies that it takes a lot from the original. Yeah, a reboot. It takes a lot from the original. I don't know if you've seen how fast you move in the original Doom, but it's a lot faster than you do.
That's what I was just going to say earlier on. I was watching the gameplay and I was like, is this the same game? Because I've seen people play Doom and it's super fast. You're like running through corridors. blasting things like no one's business, and this
you were literally
slowly.
You were literally running 90 miles an hour. The program, he said that the equivalent is running 90 miles an hour. And it's just, I mean, it's faster than most shooters based on that footage.
Yeah.
But it's not Doom fast. It's not what I remember. It's not what I want, really. And not to mention, Doom also had areas where there's just a million enemies on screen at once.
Yeah. I mean...
Didn't really see any of that either.
There's, like, I think a lot of other games nowadays do Doom better than Doom itself.
Like what?
I mean, you've got that game, was it Shadow Warrior, that does Doom. Like, it's a Doom ripoff. Not ripoff, I mean, I don't know what's the word. Homage, that's probably it. Then you've got a sequel coming out for that. And what else do you have? You got Serious Sam, that was another one. But
yeah, I just don't know if the Doom style of play works anymore.
Maybe not. I mean, like, it could be a bit like Wolfenstein. I mean, they kind of redid it again. It's kind of the same, but it's not really. There's
but it's not really.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of callbacks to it, and that's what they needed to do. Like, I think they should have carried enough over to where, oh yeah, I can look at that and say it's Doom.
Right.
But it's a whole new experience, and it's an updated version of that, whereas this kind of just looks like a prettier but diet version of the original Doom.
Diet Cola Doom.
Yeah, Diet Cola. 0 calorie.
Yeah. Oh my god. I've always wondered how bad those drinks are for you, actually. I mean, they gotta do something.
Diet soda?
Yeah, they gotta be bad for you.
There's stuff in it that causes cancer.
Oh, lovely.
Pepsi came out and said they're going to take it out of theirs. They said the stuff that causes cancer, we're taking that out. Diet Pepsi. We don't want our customers to have cancer. I mean, they were drinking it anyway, so.
Yeah. I mean,
Diet Coke is the #1 selling soda in the world, so.
Okay. I figured it would be something like if you drink too much Diet Coke or whatever, it would like give you the runs. Like you would have severe diarrhea because you're drinking so much like.
It might.
Sweetener.
I don't remember. There was a study out there that said it didn't actually help with weight loss. I don't remember how or the science behind it or whatever. All I know is that diet soda is the most disgusting thing in the freaking world, and I can't drink it. It's so gross.
So that's why you hate the new Doom. Well,
yeah, there you go. That's why.
There you go.
It comes out like this is kind of
come full circle.
They're trying. They lied to me. They said it's just like the original, but it doesn't taste the same at all.
Yeah. Like, if they're going to go down that route, you want Doom Zero. You don't want Diet Doom. You want the same kind of taste, but not quite, but not completely different taste. You want
I just want
imitation.
Doom.
Yeah, you
I
want
want
Doom.
Coke.
I want Coke.
I want Pepsi.
Give me new Coke. Come on. And then, like,
yeah,
you can mix it up yourself. If you fancy Coke with vanilla or cherry Coke, that's your option. Not theirs.
Yeah, sure. And that's the map editor. But I don't like the diet version. It's not. Yeah, it might be on paper better for me. There's less calories or whatever, but at the end of the day, I'm not looking to eat healthy with Doom. I want sugar and calories and
I get it.
Deliciousness.
All right.
This metaphor worked until I just started talking about soda and replacing Coke with Doom.
It was going well, yeah.
It's like, oh yeah, and it's carbonated, just like Doom.
Just like Doom. Oh god.
All right. Well, I don't remember what else was on the Bethesda press conference. There was that, and then there was Fallout.
Yeah.
But there was like an hour in between that. So what the heck else was?
Dishonored
2. Don't care.
Announced. You don't care. Yeah, I remember you did not like Dishonored. So.
I did not like Dishonored. I think that's cool. That I don't know. I'm not all the way out yet. That trailer they showed gave me slight hope.
Right. It looks cool. I mean, doesn't make any sense.
They didn't show any gameplay, but.
Doesn't make any sense for me because when I played Dishonored, Emily died. So yeah, there you go.
Spoilers.
Yeah, spoilers. That's right.
I mean, if it's a choice, apparently it's a thing that can happen.
Yeah.
See, when they showed her, it's like, oh, it's Emily. I'm like, wait, I think I know her.
Yeah.
She's grown up now. She was a little girl, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
But then they also said she was a new character.
Yeah. I mean, the trailer was just a CG trailer, and it was like, oh, cool. It was one of those thematic trailers. It was like, this is what we kind of want the game to represent, and
but it won't look anything like.
Yeah, but I was like, oh, that's okay. I kind of get a feel for the place. Kind of looks like a British occupied India kind of thing. Like that's kind of style I got from it. I don't know what the word is. Colonial, maybe?
British occupied India.
But you know what I mean, like that kind of vibe from it. I think there's a lot more powers in it. You're right. There's a lot more powers in it. Like, I don't know. there's like robots in it now. There's way more robots.
Was there not before?
Yeah, there was
it was like
robots.
Slightly steampunky.
Yeah, it was steampunky, but they were like, they were kind of like the giant chicken walkers from Star Wars. They're like that.
All right, the chicken walkers, of course. I don't remember what those ones are called, to be honest with you.
Oh god, no, I don't.
Star Wars fans are freaking out right now.
I'm gonna take a stab and say it was an AT-ST.
Nope, those are maybe ST.
Yeah, there you go.
AT-AT is the bigger one.
Yeah, it's the big mofo. Yeah, the trailer looks grand. Also, they announced that they're doing a remaster, yay, for Dishonored 1, for PS4.
What, come on, it's getting comical now.
Yeah.
It's becoming a joke. They can't be serious.
Okay, well, we're gonna come back to the whole remaster thing.
Yeah, because we're gonna hear from it a couple more times. Holy crap!
Because I saw today there's even more remasters coming out, and we're gonna have a.
Of course there is.
We're gonna have a few sparring words about that because
I got some things to say about the Microsoft one.
Oh really?
Holy crap!
I thought you were gonna give out about remasters, but okay.
No, I am, but a remaster in Microsoft. There's a specific one that drives me nuts.
Okay, so moving on from Dishonored, it was Fallout 4. That was.
There's probably some other stuff in there. There's like a card game for Elder Scrolls. There's Elder Scrolls Online. Who gives a crap?
Who cares? Seriously.
So Fallout 4. When they showed that debut trailer, I'm like, that's alright. I'm not impressed yet. Should I be? And I think Adam was saying, I was talking with Adam and he said that it was smart of them to come out with the graphics right off the bat.
Oh yeah, I agree.
Let's say, alright, let's have this graphics pill swallowed real early so people don't harp on it. Because if they came out with a CG trailer and like, oh, I can't wait to see what it looks like, then when they actually saw what it looked like, they'd be like, ooh.
Right.
Because we've been playing The Witcher.
Oh yeah.
That game is pretty.
Very pretty.
And then Fallout 4 comes out with this trailer like, ooh.
Well,
I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't too like, that looks gross. Like,
no, I mean, just in comparison.
It's fine. Yeah, no, I get you. But like, I kind of feel like, yeah, they're definitely taking a different direction. They're going more for stylized art kind of feel to it, as opposed to this is real life graphics kind of deal, which is fine. I prefer it that way. Like,
yeah, it's fine. I have no trouble with the graphics at all. It's just I was surprised.
Yeah, it was a bit jarring. Yeah, I agree. Like you didn't expect that,
especially with how long they said it's been in development since 2009.
Yeah, Jesus.
And it's been hyped for how long? And since the end of Skyrim, they're like, all right, Fallout 4, let's do it. And that's the graphics that come out with. Like that looks about the equivalent. Well, maybe not. But
well, if you want to look at
a little better, but
the other perspective, you could say, well, they spent probably all that time making all the quests and like.
Oh yeah. So I mean,
time. Oh my god.
Like I said, it's just the first impressions.
Right.
When I saw that dog, and I'm like, we've seen better dogs. That's a bad looking dog. All right, so the notable changes in Fallout 4 they showed, protagonist that talks.
Oh yeah, that was a big one. I mean, even the dialogue wheel was revamped to like kind of a Mass Effect style.
That's fine. I'm fine with that part. I'm not sure about the dialogue, the spoken dialogue.
Okay.
Because I'm fine with seeing my character, because that, whatever.
Yeah, I think that was cool, the way you could switch between first and third, and it's like, oh, okay, it's actually like a genuine RPG dialogue.
Yeah, I mean, you could switch between first and third in the other games too. It's just, it sucks. So no one ever did.
In the conversation, I mean, like.
Yeah, that's
sweet.
Fine. That's great. I get to look at my guy while I'm making decisions or whatever. But the part where I don't know why Mass Effect is the one where everyone is trying to copy the dialogue system, because it's my least favorite one.
Right.
Where you pick this vague description of what he's going to say.
Yeah. And
then he just says something.
Yeah.
Yeah. He doesn't say what you actually told him to say.
But like,
it's freaking annoying.
The thing is, like, with Mass Effect, it's always like, you always have like angry option or peaceful option, and then the in-between just neutral option. But like, it's never exactly the way you want it to be said. Like,
no.
It doesn't, see, that's the problem. You can't convey your tone. Like, just say this guy made you do a quest and he screwed you over, then you come back and say something in a neutral, just say, it's like, okay, we're done. That's it. But the character probably say it really calmly. Just say, okay, that's it. We're done. I'm not talking anymore. Right. But in real life, you would be pissed. You'd be like genuinely angry. And I don't think you can really convey that.
What happened to the days, or go ahead, finish.
I was just going to say, you can't really capture the emotion with like just three binary, or three options where it's just like, I'm angry, I'm calm, I'm in between. Like I don't know.
You used to get from anywhere between 6 and 10 dialogue choices that was not repeated back.
Right.
So it was just, that is what you're saying.
Right.
And then I
it's just
read it in my head as if I was saying it to him, right? Like, cause it felt like I was saying it then. But the second someone else comes out and starts talking, it ruins I hate saying immersion, but it kind of ruins the immersion. I'm not talking anymore. I'm telling someone else what to say, sort of.
Yeah, it's your
I'm saying like, hey, maybe talk about this.
Right. It's
not me anymore.
Speaking, yeah. But I see, the thing is, I guess a lot of people probably do play the game that way. They don't play the game to put themselves in it. They play as someone else. Like, I'm going to role play. Well, obviously it's a role playing game. I'm going to role play as this really crazy guy and then just, go about that way. So I don't think, I'm sure a lot of people the first time around say, oh, I'm going to make myself and then just do what I would do. I'm going to make my decisions, how I would play the game. Make decisions based on what I would do. But then after a while people go, okay, I'm going to be someone else. So maybe, I don't know.
It bothers me less in Witcher because he's an established character. You can't really change him at all.
Yeah, he
has a background. This is all stuff that you are entering the world of The Witcher with already an established protagonist, and you're just guiding him.
Right.
That's fine. But they try to do this weird half character but half complete blank slate sort of thing.
I guess.
Where you start off by making his appearance in the weirdest character creation I've ever seen. I saw people comparing it to the Mario 64 thing where you pull on Mario's face and it goes, wow, wow. It's pretty great. But yeah, that implies that you try to make the guy look like you, or, you don't have to, but you can. And if you do that and you're like, all right, I want to play like me. And then the second a voice that is not yours comes out of that man, it just ruins it. Especially when they say like, oh, we programmed, which is another thing, and I wish they delved a little deeper on. We programmed 1,000 common names or whatever that can be said in dialogue out loud or what? Because the robot guy said his name and he's like, that wasn't a scripted thing. We programmed 1,000 names or whatever. How does that work? Does that mean everybody in the game is going to call me, if I type in Randy, if that's a common name, everybody's going to call me Randy? Is that a thing?
Well, yeah.
They can't do that.
No, they could.
That means they would have, they would either
recorded,
never,
yeah. Like
they would either never say my name, except very rarely.
No, because if like in the trailer later on he says something like, he says the guy's name, then later on he says sir. So it kind of switches in between. He doesn't always call him by his first name,
Right, but even that one time they had to record 1,000+ lines.
Right.
Then.
Which is
because you can't just go, hey, how are you doing? Randy.
Randy. Slightly wrong.
Yeah. You're going to notice the second is not the same sentence.
Yeah, I just imagine. Well, to be fair, we did say it was in production for a long time. They probably did do that amount of dialogue recording, which is
good God.
It's just tedious from the sound of it. Maybe there's probably like thousands worth of dialogue that will probably never be used because you didn't pick the proper name or whatever, which is hilarious.
That's crazy to me. It's cool. If they can pull that off, that's awesome. Because I would love for characters to say Randy or whatever.
Yeah.
Because like again but then people are calling me Randy and then some other guy talks. That's so annoying.
If the option was you could be like quiet or just mute, I wouldn't mind too much. But I feel like they really are trying to establish a character, but you can put your name to it, which is weird.
Yeah, so I just don't get it. What's the point? Just give that guy a name and I won't care.
Yeah, like you said, it's too like they're trying to play two different things.
It's this weird hybrid. That's stupid. Just go one way or the other with it. Like, I don't need to be myself, but at the same time, if you're trying to give the illusion that I am myself, then go all the way with it. Don't do this weird half thing. I'm fine with guiding a character through a story.
Anyways,
done it before.
Moving on, they had a bit of like, what was it, Skyrim mode, the Hearthfire, what's it called? Hearthfire?
I don't
the Sims DLC for Skyrim, basically. Yeah, they had the home building thing, which I thought was really cool.
I don't.
You don't like it?
I have no interest in that at all.
So yeah, the thing is, I saw it on Reddit. Someone said, this like really takes away from the game for me. And I was like, well, you don't have to do it. That's it. Like, you just don't have to do it. And they did say you won't be penalized if you don't do it. It's just something for someone to do. So I was like, okay, cool. I feel like it's kind of like, in every game where you just like like in The Witcher, where you have Gwent, you can play Gwent, and you know, you don't have to play it, but it's there if you want to. And
yeah, but Gwent is a minor thing that you seemingly have to initiate, whereas this makes it sound like you're going to get alerts that your thing is getting attacked constantly.
Well, yeah, if you build one, but if you don't build one, you're fine.
Wait, so, but then what are the rewards for doing this? Am I missing out on something huge? That's the thing that I mean, they didn't go, like, this is all speculation.
Right,
they didn't go into too big a detail. I'm worried that there's going to be these massive quest rewards and I'm just going to miss out on something because I'm not doing it.
No.
But at the same time, I also don't want to constantly do I'm so sick of base building survival garbage. I'm done with it.
Well,
I've barely ever done it to begin with, but I'm tired that everyone's doing it.
I mean, I don't know. I don't know how far it goes. I mean, you probably could just get like a few extra like caps or whatever. Maybe something like that. You get a bit of money, but not too much so it like breaks the game. But I don't know.
Yeah.
Like, hopefully it isn't anything that's like I don't want it to be, oh, you're just building it for the sake of building it. Like I actually want something out of it, but at the same time, like you said, I don't want to have anything that annoys me and makes me go, oh crap, I got to go back to my base, because that would just be really annoying.
And that's kind of what it sounded like they were gonna do. Like, it kind of sounded like, this will get attacked. Like, oh great, cool.
Woo. Fine, let it get attacked. See if I care.
Yeah, just let those people die.
Yeah, there was so much in the game. Like I can't even think about what was there.
Man, there was dangerously close to too much stuff in that game. Well, I don't know, but they didn't show what I wanted. Which I know it's in there, but they didn't show like quests. They didn't show that much combat. They showed a little bit.
They showed some combat. I mean, it was very much the same kind of tone as most other Fallout presentations. I mean, I remember the trailer they had back in, I can't remember, it was like 2008 maybe, that one they had for like Fallout 3.
Yeah.
It was like, they just showed the trailer of like, this is what a vault is, this is vault tech, blah, blah, blah. Oh no, it's the apocalypse, here's you just having a rampage, blowing up people, and it was great. And it was like, it was really fun, really campy, and I kind of feel like they did the same kind of trailer again. But yeah, like you said, they didn't really dive too much into quests and stuff like that. They did try to show, I think they tried to show as much as they could without like oversaturating everyone, because they showed a lot. Like they showed off the what was it? The power armor building.
Yeah.
That was cool.
That's also another thing where I'm slightly worried.
Right.
Where they didn't, but they introduced all these things, and then when I have more questions, they just moved on. So it's like, alright, you can pick up anything you want, like toothpaste and paper towels, and turn them into your armor. Like, okay, does that mean I have to go through the whole game picking up useless garbage and cluttering my inventory? So I'm doing that in The Witcher, and it annoys the crap out of me.
Right, yeah. I'm sure you could probably just go to a vendor and just buy armor.
Yeah, hopefully.
Hopefully. Who knows? I mean, this game has so much going on, and no one has a clue.
And the combat, I will say the shooting looked a lot better, because the shooting in Fallout 3 and New Vegas is just, it's unbearable. All you would do is run in with VATS, get up as close as you can, point at their head, and hit the trigger 3 or 4 times, and then let go.
The engine's looking a lot better outside. Like the animation was one thing I noticed, because I was like, I was playing Skyrim like 2 weeks ago, I think, and I was playing it in third person, and I was like looking forward, and then I wanted to turn around, and the character just zooped, spun 180. Meanwhile,
just like flashed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In the trailer, the game conference, whatever you want to call it, the character actually like turned around like Geralt would in The Witcher. Like there was a legit, okay, I have to turn around. I can't just spin on the spot. So I was like, okay, actually this engine looks like it has a bit of weight to it. So yeah, it looks good. I mean, I'll definitely pick it up because, you know, I love Fallout, but I don't know, there's so many games coming out. Oh my god.
Yeah. I mean, that's another surprise that I did not think it would come out this year.
Oh yeah, god.
That was a surprise.
Well,
basically, hey, we're going to show it off for the first time, and oh, by the way, it's coming out in a few months.
See, I remember checking out the track record for Fallout release dates. Every time they revealed it, they would release it that year. So I was like, would they do it for Fallout 4? Who knows?
I appreciate them keeping it under wraps until it's almost done. Like that's because I'm so sick of freaking people announcing it. Like when BioShock Infinite was announced, it was like, oh yeah, and it's coming out in 3 years. What? And then it kept getting delayed because they announced it so early.
Right.
So just wait until you know when it's coming out and then tell people it's coming out.
Final bit of tidbit for Fallout 4. It's getting console mods apparently, which is pretty cool. I mean,
yeah.
Last game I heard of that
cool. I don't know how that works, but
I'm pretty sure you probably have to download it to USB and install it through some kind of menu on the console. But that's pretty cool.
Good for those people.
Yeah. I mean, like...
I don't need that.
Yeah, you don't need that, but it's nice to have an actual option. I mean, that's pretty big considering the last game I remember to have mods was Unreal Tournament. I think. Yeah, 3. Unreal Tournament 3.
Oh, on PS3, right?
Yeah, on PS3. You could install mods, which was... They were pretty fun. Did
anyone actually do that, though?
I remember, like, messing around with it before, just seeing what was there and saying, oh, let's try this out. And anyway, after a while,
no one likes Unreal Tournament 3 that much anyway.
No.
So even on PC, not a lot of people play it.
No.
Oh, another thing is that Collector's Edition comes with a freaking Pip-Boy.
Oh my god. That's crazy.
I can't believe that there were people excited about that.
That is
ridiculous.
It's so big.
Hearing people in the crowd as he described it, like, oh, and of course you can put your phone in it, and yeah, there's an app, and they're just losing their minds. Like, you people are part of the problem. The fact that you are going to spend this much money on this stupid junk.
Hey, it's for fans, so why not?
I mean, it doesn't bother me because I just won't buy it.
Right.
But it's silly to me. I don't understand.
I can't get over how, like, nuts Bethesda's presentation was. There was just so much. They just kept throwing stuff at us, and I was like, holy crap. It was like a full steak dinner for every...
and the mobile game?
Oh, yeah.
Where they said, oh, yeah, you can play it tonight.
Oh, yeah.
Crazy people. That's something that needs to happen more often. Just, watching the press conference. Oh, there's something on the digital store. I can just go buy it right now.
Right.
Cool.
I actually have played the game. It's pretty fun, but after a while it gets boring. But
I'm not going to play it.
Yeah. It's grand.
It's cool. It's cool that they did
cool
that.
It's
something, yeah.
All right.
Something to get, because all these people at E3 get to play all these games, and people watching at home, I don't get to do anything.
Yep.
But then, no, for people at home, you get to download this game that you didn't know existed before.
Yeah.
That's cool.
All right. So
Fallout 3. 4. Fallout 4.
4. That's, yeah.
Also Fallout 3, that's a thing that exists too.
It also exists, yeah. Apparently Fallout 3 got a huge boost in sales after Fallout 4 was unveiled.
It also went on sale like at the exact same time. So.
Nice, that helps.
Yeah.
All right, yeah, I enjoyed that Bethesda press conference. It was pretty good. I mean, I was like, whoa, I gotta get my hands on that.
Then it was Microsoft?
Yeah. I don't remember much.
Anything about Microsoft. I remember Halo.
Yeah, which is not...
don't
care.
Yeah.
We're very bad, because if someone's like, oh, talk about Halo...
I don't know. I'm not a Halo guy.
We don't know anything.
I can't
about
do
Halo.
that for you.
Like, it would be an insult.
I mean, I've said this about Bungie / Halo before, but their lore just freaking pisses me off. I hate their attitude about everything they say with all these freaking pronouns that are capitalized that shouldn't be because they think it's more important than it is, and it's just, I don't care. I just don't care.
Oh, good. Okay, I'll probably just dip on this here. One of the big things that was announced from Microsoft conference was the Derailleur Collection. Okay.
Oh, man.
Which is funny. I was like, what?
I don't care about the collection because I can play all those games anyway, but the thing after that.
Right.
The Sea of Thieves.
Oh, right, yeah.
Is it Sea of Thieves? Is that what it's called?
No, I don't know. I think you're the only person I know that was interested in it.
I'm so excited. It's like freaking pirates where everybody's a crew member and you get your own ship and you get ship back. It looks cool. Shut up.
All right. Anyways, moving on.
About pirates.
Yeah, Randy likes pirates. Does not just sound like the Black Flag Assassin's Creed? I mean, you're a pirate.
I didn't like
you fly around as a pirate.
You fly around as a sky pirate.
Did you ever watch Treasure Planet? That was great. I almost said Trevor Planet.
I did not, but that was kind of after my time in terms of Disney.
Oh, okay. Watch it in school. Watch it in school one day.
It has to be one of the later. I can't be. In terms of 2D animation, it has to be one of the last ones.
Mm.
Until they came back with Princess and the Frog. Like, hey, we're doing 2D animation again. And then that
Hell
was the last
one. Anyways, moving on from Disney. The Disney press conference, A+, very good.
Yep. Disney. Disney Infinity.
Oh god, yeah. so many characters. Jesus. Anyways, one of the big things that was announced at the Microsoft press conference was they're releasing backwards compatibility for Xbox One, which is fantastic. Way to go.
Yeah.
Well done.
I mean, it's cool that it's there. It's just...
I mean...
It's not hardware backwards compatibility, so it's not going to run perfectly. It's not going to run everything.
No.
So it's kind of just... It's kind of just there to please the fans, right?
Right, yeah, no,
like, I want it there. Like, it's not... We're just here. We're doing this because you complained enough.
Yeah, it is convenience. Like, that's it at the end of the day. It's not like, oh, we're doing this because we want more money. It's like, no, here, just you have it, play games.
This is a really good segue.
Mm-hmm.
What's the point of having backwards compatibility if you're just going to freaking re-release? Or reverse that then. What's the point of having all these re-releases if you can just put in an Xbox 360 game that you are re-releasing and play it, as opposed to waiting until the re-release? But I'll tell you why. Because they announced the Gears of War 1 re-release, not the Gears Collection, which would make actual sense. And it's not on the list of backwards compatibility games. So you can't put in Gears of War 1 into your Xbox One. Why? Because they're going to sell it to you again. That is messed up. And I don't know why more people aren't upset about that. Like, oh yeah, we'll give you backwards compatibility unless we realize that we can sell you a game for full price again.
Wait, hold on. Let me check. Yeah, I think that's a bit weird. I mean, it is a remake, so who knows what's gone through... Wait, when was the Gears 1? Was that on Xbox 360, yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, I was thinking it was Xbox. I was like, oh, alright, never mind.
No, it's already HD.
Oh, okay, that's weird then.
So who cares?
Yeah, I don't know. The whole remaster thing is just it's kind of a headache. It's kind of
it's
kind of, I don't want to say it's lazy because like it's not lazy to make a game.
The only reason it exists is because these consoles can't play games backwards.
Right.
You can't. That's not the way to word that, but you know
they
don't have backwards compatibility, so you can't.
They weren't made.
You can't put in Gears of War. You can't put in God of War 3 into your PS4 and play it, even though you should be able to. You can't. Because they can't. I don't know. They just want to save money on the cost of the console.
Like, the only way a remaster makes sense, and I have two examples, is the one I just mentioned is Dishonored. Okay, so Dishonored's coming out because maybe not a lot of people play Dishonored, and now you can get a Game of the Year edition for your new gen console. Your PS4, Xbox One. So it's to drum up interest and hype for a new one, because everyone's like, oh, I really like this. Maybe I'll like the next one, you know?
That game's relatively recent, so it feels more like a port than it does a...
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But well, if it's full price, maybe I'll be a bit steamed, but who knows? But on the other hand...
I bet you it's full price.
Yeah, it probably will be. Let's be honest here.
It's got all the DLC.
One of the main reasons why these things exist is because, you know, they want to make money. I mean, yeah, sure, it gets people interested in a series or whatever, but number one priority, make more money hopefully for more games, but you never know. Anyways, the only other way it would make sense is that, okay, so what's coming out on PS4 was one of the biggest games, Uncharted 4, right? That's coming out. And a lot of people switched from Xbox 360 to PS4, and they haven't played the Uncharted series. So Uncharted is getting a 1, 2, 3 remaster, which is like, you know, it makes sense. The perfect sense. Because then people who didn't get to play it get to play it.
But, you know what solves that problem, though? Backwards compatibility.
Right.
That you could just go buy those Uncharted games and put them in your PS4 if it had PS3 backwards compatibility.
But the PS4 doesn't have backwards compatibility. But it does have PS Now, which is a great streaming service. No, it's not. It is not a great streaming service. It is very buggy and it is crap. Like, that was the one thing I kind of took away from Xbox saying, oh hey, or Microsoft saying, oh hey, the Xbox is backwards compatible now. I was like, oh shit.
No, that's cool.
What are PS4 gonna do?
I shrugged it off, but it is still a cool thing that they're doing. It's, you know,
right.
Even if some games are still getting re-released and they're charging full price for it, whatever. Just the fact that they're trying, just that they're like, all right, you asked for this. If it's that big of a deal to you, just here you go. Here it is. We'll patch it in, and we're gonna patch in more games. Here we go until you no longer care, and then we're gonna stop.
Right.
But that's cool.
But I just
hope it runs good.
Yeah, I just thought it runs good. Runs well, no?
Whatever.
I just like the whole PS4 Sony's reaction to it. I was a bit like underwhelmed It was pretty much like Shuey just said, "Oh, that's nice. That's good for them. Way to go." It's like that's not part of our plan. It's like if we could do it, if it was simple and we could do it, it would already be done. But it's not, so we can't.
There's still that Sony arrogance that they have, just the undertones of it. You can feel it.
Yeah,
it's still there. They're the 1 year where they came out and killed it,
right?
And they destroyed because Xbox came out with all their garbage that nobody liked, and then Sony swooped in and said, "All right, well here you go, lower price. You can play used games, blah 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 blah." And everyone's like, "All right, now Sony's with the fans." But no, they're still there. They remember the $599 US.
Yeah. Not to mention,
you'll get a second job to pay for this because that's how much you care.
I mean, like, I play PlayStation like pretty much exclusively, but I am like, okay, yeah, this is a bit ridiculous. I mean, Sony definitely have an ego, like you said. They don't like to be shown to be stupid or look like foolish or whatever. Because I remember seeing recently the PS Vita. It was it was doing terrible, and it's become like a legacy console, as they call it, which basically means it's a flop. It was rubbish, but that's...
PSP was kind of the same thing.
Yeah.
The only reason it succeeded is because people were able to pirate games on it easily.
Yeah, exactly.
And Monster Hunter.
They
don't have Monster Hunter anymore.
Nope. So, it's fine for PS4 or Sony to just say, okay, yeah, fair play, well done, but we're not going to do that. But they just said, maybe, who knows? Meanwhile, try out PS Now. It's like, no one wants to do that. Come on. Anyways, Microsoft, yeah, that was fine. I can't really remember much. I think there was new Forza coming out.
Interesting that there was no Call of Duty there.
Oh, that's because it was on
somewhere else.
The next persons?
Well, wait, no. There was still EA and Ubisoft.
Oh, okay. Let's just...
EA.
EA.
Let's just freaking...
Sports.
Oh, man. EA's press conference.
Sports.
That was something else.
More sports.
God, that was terrible.
Yeah, it was really bad.
They brought out Pele to talk for a half an hour.
Do you know... so I just remember someone linked the picture of Pele from The Simpsons. And was like... just... It was just him just saying EA Sports #1, Pele King of Soccer Field. Just walks off with a huge bag of money. God.
What was that supposed to accomplish?
I
don't get
have
it.
No idea.
Especially since the E3 audience is predominantly American.
Right.
So what?
Everyone knows Pele. Come on.
Yeah, everybody knows Pele, but not everybody cares about Pele.
Yeah. Exactly. The more you sound like it sounds like a granola bar. Pele.
Pele?
Doubling up on Pele and really hitting the gym hard.
Granola bar.
It does.
Totally a protein bar?
Yeah, like a protein.
Energy bar?
Yeah, it's like a vegan-friendly bar that you eat.
Granola bar is not actually that healthy for you.
No, it's what is it, loaded sugar and stuff?
Sugar and carbs.
Delish. My favorite two things.
I like them too. I got no problem with sugar and carbs. Believe me.
Let's get on the level here. I'm not a fan. I'm not going to say I'm not a fan. I'm a big fan.
All right, but they did show EA.
Yeah,
did show.
It was messy. There was just so much.
It was
sports.
gross. It was bad. But they did show
sports.
Battlefront.
Yeah.
They showed some stuff beforehand. I don't remember what else was there.
Sports of nerds. They showed Mirror's Edge, I think.
They didn't show Mirror's Edge.
No, they didn't.
They showed a trailer.
Oh, okay.
Of Mirror's Edge. They didn't really show much. They spent way too much time on Need for Speed.
I gotta say, this year's EA was last year? Well, okay, some bits of this
was
year's
last year's EA?
Yeah, it was last year's. It was a continuation. It was like the DLC, pretty much.
Mass Effect.
Oh, right, yeah.
All right, that was a good start.
That kind of says, but if we completely forgot about it already, it kind of says everything.
Yeah, but it's not the fault of Mass Effect, it's the fault of EA. It's the fact that an hour and a half plus later, we're still watching the same old garbage. They started the show with the thing that they should have ended the show with.
Right. I mean, yeah. The Mass Effect looked fine. Another CG trailer. It was oh yeah,
that's also the bummer about it, is that they didn't show that much.
No.
They didn't show enough. But whatever, new Mass Effect, I like Mass Effect.
Johnny Cash, there you go. Shepard's #1 artist on his iTunes.
Shepard. Alright, and then Battlefront. I thought Battlefront looked pretty good.
Yeah, it looked pretty sweet. I mean, all I could think of when I was watching it was like, holy crap, they nailed everything about the sound, the look. Yep. It was perfect, like so spot on. Like just the noise of the blasters,
some of the best sound effects ever.
It is DICE, right, doing it. So
yeah, I mean, I'm not even talking about the game. I'm talking about just the Star Wars sound effects are so freaking amazing. Iconic. And then that's the sound effects that are in the game.
It's
what you're gonna hear like I can't do it, but you know.
Yeah.
And then as I was watching the trailer, I'm like, if these X-wings don't latch a grapple hook onto the legs of these AT-AT walkers and spin around, then I don't care. And then they totally did it. So
it was happy. It just like it. Okay, someone I remember reading on like a PC Gamer, they said, "Oh, it's really cool and interesting, but it's really simple." I'm like, yeah, I mean, it kind of. Who cares? But the thing is, they're trying to get as many people into this game because they're trying to get Star Wars fans for one, and new Star Wars fans for people who are interested in a new movie coming out, and then the old school people who are like, oh yeah, Battlefront, cool, and then just the regular like video game fans. There's a lot of like, bases to cover, I think, and they're just trying to get everyone involved with it. And yeah, I think it looks really good. Like I remember people were really like sourpuss about the trailer that was dropped, and they were like, "Oh, there's no actual gameplay," which is fair, Yeah. But they really like, wow, I was like, "Wow, this is really cool."
I mean, when they say simple, does that just mean that the controls are easier? Because I can tell you that in Battlefield, I never flew any of the air vehicles because I hated the controls of the air vehicles.
I think it means in terms of like objectives and actual how you play.
I mean, Battlefield's not that complicated. It's go to the spot and capture the flag.
But also there's a kind of like, there can be a bit of like complexity about it. It's like, if you put down like certain mines in a place and then.
Yeah, sure.
It's kind of like you get out of what you put into it, but I kind of feel like.
I bet that stuff's in there.
I'm sure. Hopefully, yeah. It looked really good. You get to fly, the TIE fighters for a little bit, which is cool. That bit looked really cool, actually. Like, genuinely looked like out of the film. Like, the real close up. The TIE fighter is chasing an X-Wing, and this is like, it's going down a canyon, and I was like, whoa, this is so cool.
I kind of wish it wasn't third and first person.
Right. Would you wish it just first person for you?
I wish it was one or the other.
Oh, okay.
I don't care which one, but the fact that it's both bothers me.
How so?
Well, because there's no third person people are going to have an advantage. It's just the way it is.
Well, just play third person.
There are people that. Right, but what if there are people that want to play first person because that's the way they prefer?
Well, then they can play first person.
But that's stupid because they're gonna get killed by the people who are playing third person. You get way more of the scene if you're playing in third person. You get way more peripheral vision.
Right.
Way more. And if you are fighting someone in close quarters and you're playing in third person and they're playing in first person, you're gonna win because you're gonna see them and they're not gonna see you.
Oh well, tough toenails.
I guess I don't know why they did that. I know the original Battlefront did that or something.
Right. I imagine there's probably like a trade-off there. It's like, well, with third person you get more view, but your aiming isn't as good. With the first person, it's like you can be really accurate.
Well, if I have to switch back and forth, then I'm out.
No, I mean, I'm sure you don't have to. Like, it's up to you, whoever you play. But like, I'm sure there's like it kind of balances out. Who knows? Maybe there's no difference. But
I just think it's stupid.
I get
you
you.
need to pick one or the other.
I didn't like the first person flying sections because I was like, if you're flying like a TIE fighter, you just see this giant circle. That's all you see. Like, but if you're in third person, you see this like huge ship that looks so cool flying.
I'm fine with an option in vehicles. That's fine.
Right? Yeah, because there's so much like space. Like,
because I hate flying first person in vehicles.
Oh,
with
God.
Passion, I hate it.
Oh man.
In Battlefield, you can't choose. You have to fly in first person.
Do you?
Pretty sure.
No, you can switch. You can switch.
Okay.
Yeah,
the old ones you could you in 4?
Yeah, 4 you could. Yeah, I think you could.
I don't know.
Anyways,
doesn't matter.
Moving on. Was that it?
Ubisoft.
Yeah, Ubisoft.
Keep in mind we're going to be skipping over some stuff, but that's just because they either didn't stick out enough for us to remember,
right?
Or no, that's kind of it. They just didn't stick out enough for us to remember.
Oh, yeah. I mean, like, we're just kind of hitting the bases of, like, what's the big stuff that came out. So we'll probably just go for that.
And Ubisoft comes around the corner with my most anticipated game just right off the bat. Just, hey, how about some South Park?
Oh, yeah.
With quite possibly the greatest name for a video game.
Oh, man.
And the way that it presented, too, like the way it came up was like, the fractured butthole. Yeah. And it just came up. It's just so good.
It was one of those, wait, hold on a second. Oh my god, the fractured butthole. The first thing I thought was, I can't wait for the reviews for this, where every person who has to review it says, South Park, the fractured butthole features. It's like,
well, they have to pause, or else it sounds like butthole, doesn't it? You have to say the fractured butthole. If you don't say it like that, it sounds like the fractured butthole. So you can't, the fractured butthole.
The fractured butthole.
Yeah, it doesn't matter how you say it. If you don't pause it, it sounds like butthole.
But if
it's genius.
Okay, the fractured butthole. Fuck. Yeah, you can't get
fractured butthole.
Either way, you're saying fractured butthole, so there you go.
Yeah.
There's no
no matter how many times you put a pause in there, you're still saying butthole.
Okay, so I think that trailer was probably one of my favorite trailers to drop in E3, because I was watching it going, oh, okay, they're going back to doing the Game of Thrones, Lord of the Rings kind of thing. I was like, oh, okay, fair enough, fantasy, that's fine. But then halfway through, they just dropped it like Professor Chaos, like, oh
wait, we're doing superheroes now?
Yeah.
Ah, crap, let's go change.
I was laughing my ass off. I was like, this game South Park is like, they knew what I was going to be thinking. Just like, oh, great, the same thing again, but just different. No, even I would have been happy with that if it was like
those guys are really smart, turns out.
Right. I mean, who would have known? I mean,
yeah, I'm so excited. That was one of my favorite games in a really long time.
See, I initially thought it was DLC, and I was like, oh, cool, finally, DLC. But there was a whole new game. I was like, oh, yes. I think my favorite bit was Towley just like, just so stoned, just like, I have no idea what's going on. I was like, this is great. Very good.
I'm glad they acknowledged the fact that they said that they were never doing another one.
Yeah.
Because I remember them coming out and just being miserable. Just being like, man, making the game sucks. We're never doing that again. And then a year after Stick of Truth, like, oh, maybe let's do another one.
I mean,
it's just, they like to complain, but then they like to do stuff.
They get stuff done. And
my guess is they had a good time making that first game. Otherwise, they wouldn't want to do it. It didn't sell gangbusters. It sold fine, but it didn't sell enough to be like, all right, you have to make another one. No, those guys are good on money. Mm. They just want to do it.
Yeah, that's it exactly, because like I know a lot of people actually didn't play for South Park, but I always recommend it to people. That's the kind of game it's become for me.
Even if you're not a South Park fan, it's just something different.
Right, yeah, it's just like, it's like a big long episode of South Park. Just like even if you don't like South Park, it's like a simplified RPG with like really crude elements to it. It's fun to mess around with. But I think probably, one of my favorite parts of the trailer was just like the whole, like they were totally aware of that they were in a game where it was like, I'm not going to rest until we get a 9.5 from GameSpot. And I was like, yes, yeah. Beautiful. And then the end.
He said that in an interview with GameSpot.
Oh, really?
Which was funny.
I like the ending though, where Butter is like, oh, pre-order now. And Butter just pops out, oh yeah, pre-order. It's like, shut up. It's great. I love really the fact, I love it. It was just like, if South Park does more kind of commentaries on games and like they do already in the show to some extent. I think so. I remember the Wii U one, or not the Wii U, the Wii one, where Cartman frees himself.
Well,
in the future.
They had the Xbox One, PS4.
Oh yeah, that's
battle
true.
Too.
Why did I completely forget that? That was really funny. Oh man, that was like the Game of Thrones.
Yeah, I could not be more excited. I'm so happy.
Mm.
See, I was so depressed. Like that was the one game where I'm like, I'll take DLC for
right. Yeah,
just tell me you're making it, and then just nothing.
I mean, just South Park's like at the top of the game right now. It's every episode that came out for last season was like making waves, like the whole Lord episode.
Which hasn't happened in a long time.
Yeah, it was just all over the internet. Everyone just going crazy about like, the episodes. And now it's back with a new game. So yeah, like, it's just really cool to see a new game for South Park.
And I'm just glad those guys are doing it. I'm glad they're doing it not because of publisher pressure, but because they just want to do it.
Yeah, why not? Yeah. Let's just do it. That's cool.
I don't think they could succumb to publisher pressure. They just don't seem like the guys that would be like, no, there's screw you.
Yeah, exactly.
We don't care. We have money.
I guess we should move on, even though we love to talk about South Park. I can't really remember what else came out.
Tom Clancy stuff.
Yeah, they had the Division, I think. That was, that got a bit downgraded, alright. That was a bit a bit weird. I remember you saying you were excited about it.
I'm still pretty excited about it. That kind of, to me, it kind of looks like Destiny, but good.
Right.
Well, at least that's what they're saying.
See,
about it.
Yeah, it's kind of like a mishmash of games. Like, I saw a few elements of other games and I was like, oh, okay, that could work, and it might maybe not work because, like,
we just don't know enough.
Exactly.
About this game yet.
It's a big question mark. Like, how does it work? Is there like a hub world, or like, do you go from one spot to another? Like, what's the deal? Is it
Who knows?
Who knows? I got the vibe from like the GTA vibe from it a bit, where you meet random people and then you could team up with them for like 2 seconds, and then just like shoot them and steal their stuff.
Right.
It's pretty much what happens at GTA Online all the time, except the second you meet someone, you're just shot dead because that's just the way it works.
Well, I'm hoping that they figure out a way to make that not the case, because Kane and Lynch, do you remember that game?
Right.
They had a multiplayer mode similar to that.
Oh, I remember, yeah.
And it was the exact same thing. Everyone would always turn. Because that's just what because people are
you
trolls, and if you give the option to troll people, then they're going to do it.
If you can mess up someone...
Even if they don't think they're going to win, they're still going to murder you.
I mean, like, okay, I think the only kind of exception I can think of is like for Grand Theft Auto, when the heists work, like when everyone's actually working together, they're really fun. Like they work really well. But there's always one person that brings it down. It doesn't matter how many times you play it. Every time you play a heist, like someone's going to mess up, because it's just the way it is. Like someone's going to say, "Oh, it'll be funny if I do this," or like, "I'm going to fly the helicopter over here and hit everyone with it." Like, and even though you're at the last stage, they think, "Oh, it's funny. It was a joke. We'll just do it again." Like, you know, I said before, it's like when you try to get like 4 people in a room and if they're not communicating, or if they're just a random player involved, so like there's always one bad egg that will throw everything into the mix, especially if there's stealth involved.
I think the biggest difference that the Division has over something like Kane and Lynch or Grand Theft Auto is that, well, Grand Theft Auto could too, but potentially here you're going in this area as a group of friends, and you're not gonna, if you're friends, you're not gonna screw each other over. You're gonna go in there, you've got a common goal, you want the best for everybody.
Right.
And if you do that to your friends, they're gonna be pissed. They're not gonna let you back in their group. Like, why would they do that? So,
right.
I think that's one key difference. In Kane and Lynch, it's just competitive. You know, you're out for yourself. And in this, you can go in with a group of friends. There's more than just however many people. It's just it's a bunch of groups. So, and I feel like that's a key difference. And I think another thing that they could do is if they have to make the penalty for death substantial, because you're not going to risk, you're not going to risk killing other people.
Yeah.
If the death penalty is substantial. If you lose a lot of stuff, then you're going to be like, okay, well, I can't risk sniping these guys out, because if I die, then I lose all this stuff. Yeah, I might take a couple guys down, but if I die, it's all for nothing.
See, as cool as that sounds, I don't know if Ubisoft will be willing to do that in terms of, oh, then the game isn't fun or it's not accessible for everyone. That's kind of what I feel like they would say, even though...
But the thing is, though, is that this area seems optional.
Right.
That's the thing. So, yeah. I mean, if they can go for it, that's the way to do it. It's an optional area. Yeah. You don't have to tackle it if you don't want.
I mean, I think the obvious advantage, like I'm comparing the Division to GTA, because GTA has a lot of like modes where you have to team up with people and work together to achieve a common goal, which is basically what all the Division is. You have to work with other people. I'm pretty sure you can do some sections alone, kind of like Destiny in that regard. But the thing with the Division as opposed to GTA is, for the Division, I think, like, just say I got the game, you got the game, we both played together. We just need 2 of us to actually progress in the game and work together. So the both of us are just looking out for each other as we continue on. But with GTA, if you want to play the heists, you need 4 people. You absolutely need 4 people. So if me and you both had GTA and we tried to play a heist, we'd be thrown in with 2 other random people who might not, get along with us or work together. So I kind of feel like the Division is more, what's the word? Like more accessible for like smaller groups. So if it's just the 2 of us, we can both have a good time.
Yeah, as opposed to,
and again, this is the kind of advantage it has over Destiny's raid, because with the raid you need 6 people, or else you're screwed. Because I remember, like, we tried to play the raid, just 2 of us. We jumped in and said, "Oh, let's try to see what's the story." And
see how far we can get.
You couldn't get past the front door. Like, it's hilarious. So yeah, I think that's cool. Like, you get an option, just 2 players, get to mess around, But you can also bump up to 4 players at the same time. So who knows? It might be good, but it might not be. Who
then
knows?
the Division might have raids, which is fine,
right?
But it's also slight. I don't know. I feel like you can have raids, but you can handle it better. Right. I don't think Destiny handled raids particularly well. The fact that everyone is so far past that raid and no one had any reason to do it again, just ruined it. If we had a big group of people that were all equal level or whatever and they all had something to gain out of it instead of just running us through.
Right.
Then
maybe
it'd be different.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I'll keep an eye on it for sure. I mean, it's interesting, but I don't know. It could go either way because it has all the cool elements there. It's kind of like, post-apocalyptic world, but it's an MMO kind of style. Cool. That could be fun. But at the same time, Ubisoft, I don't know. I'm not crazy about Ubisoft anymore, if I'm being honest.
Ubisoft, did they show, was that the one that had For Honor? That was Ubisoft, right?
Right, yeah, that was Ubisoft.
So that game looks kind of cool.
Was it the
sword,
one?
the Viking, samurai, ninja, whatever.
Right.
Not ninja, knights.
Right.
That looked kind of interesting.
I barely remember. It was just a trailer, yeah. That's all I remember.
No, they showed gameplay.
Oh, was there? Okay. I better check that.
It was like tactical sword fighting, and a multiplayer. So if you get hit, it's a big deal.
Oh, okay.
So it looked kind of interesting.
All right. I better check that one out. What else?
I don't remember.
Oh.
Rainbow Six Siege was another one, but I don't have a lot to say about that.
Yeah. Oh, I remember now. They had that Ghost Recon game they dropped.
Right.
Which...
I'm done with Ubisoft Open Worlds. I'm done with Open Worlds. I'm definitely done with Ubisoft Open Worlds.
See, that Ghost Recon game looked kind of like The Division, but you're a mercenary.
It kind of looked like the Division Far Cry.
Yeah, with a little bit of Just Cause thrown in there.
4-player co-op Open World, maybe I'll allow it. I'm not sure.
I'll give the Ubisoft some credit. It's different, it's something new.
Is it though? I mean, what happens if you have to climb a tower to unlock points of interest on a map?
Okay, then I'll be pissed, but I'll be salty. I'll be very mad.
Yeah.
But who knows? See, again, the whole E3 curse is you get shown these cool things and all these ideas pop in your head and you go, oh my god, what if this? What if this? But
if it wasn't Ubisoft, I'd be all in. But the fact that it's Ubisoft,
but it's the details are always so sketchy. You don't know. You are just basically gambling with your eye. You're just saying, okay, this looks good or this doesn't look good. And then you go from there because after that you're like, well, I'm going to be paying attention to this, see how it shapes up. They
showed some other stuff. I don't remember what it was.
I barely remember. I feel bad I don't remember, but then at the same time I don't really care.
So, yeah. And then there was Sony.
Oh boy.
Which I just watched and I still can't remember. What did they start with?
They started
Last Guardian.
Yeah,
Holy crap. Hell has frozen over. 3 times, as a matter of fact, in the Sony press conference.
The whole of the United States was covered in shadow with the amount of flying pigs in the air that afternoon. It was crazy. Just pure pitch black. I couldn't believe
game looks crappy.
It does. It doesn't look.
The movement of that kid was awful.
It looked jerky, really stuttery.
It looked jerky, and it looked super, super generic. In terms of the puzzles that he had to do, it was push this block. Oh, jump across this thing, and the thing will catch you.
Right, but
what?
Yeah,
I feel like it was more complicated in Shadow of the Colossus.
I was watching it, and I couldn't deny the whole Shadow of the Colossus is this great thing. It's okay, so you've this companion that doesn't really speak or anything, but you just have this bond with after I don't know, maybe 20 minutes with it. And this huge creature thing, you see it for what? I can't remember what a press conference was. Or the video. Minutes. Yeah, sure. But I was oh my god, I actually it's really cool. I feel like a genuine, okay, this thing is really cool. The bit where you have to jump across and, the bird caught him in his beak. I was that is I don't know how to, it's great character building. That's the word I'm thinking of.
Yeah, that's good.
In terms of graphics and everything, it's not.
Not even, but I don't know. I just feel like they were doing more interesting stuff before with their other games.
Right.
Even with it, they did that stuff already. They had a companion thing. They had a silent, they're basically combining Eco and Shadow of the Colossus.
Yeah, exactly, right. Which isn't, isn't too bad of an idea. I mean, it's cool.
But it is after this is kind of the thing that's been hyped for so freaking long, and this is what came out of it. That's the only issue I have with it. I mean, if they announced it in 2011 or whatever it was, and then in 2012 they're like, all right, here's what it is, I'd have been like, okay, cool. But it's the fact that this has been the running joke of E3 for so many straight years, and this is what came. It looked so awkward. It was herky jerky like mad. It didn't look smooth. And this is what they've been working on for how many years? I'm just a bit worried about it. And you know that thing's gonna die. You know that thing's gonna die. That thing is gonna die.
Oh, no.
The thing is going to die.
Oh, why? Why would you say that? That's so mean. You don't even know. You don't even know.
No, I do. He's gonna.
Yeah.
You know it. You know he's gonna die.
Okay, it's okay. I don't want him to die. He'll live forever in my dreams.
Whatever. I'm not down on it. I'll check it out if the stars align.
The stars align, and I find $60 in my bank account.
Yeah, there you go. If it's full price, I don't know. It's going to be full price though.
I could easily see. It has to be, but I wouldn't be like too shocked if it was like a kind of like a Journey-esque kind of download.
Yeah, just make it downloadable. Even $40.
Yeah, it's only a couple hours long. You know, that wouldn't be the worst thing actually if it was only short.
I would like that a lot more, as a matter of fact.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Like, the problem is, like, I feel like this is what's going to happen with Half-Life 3 eventually when it gets announced. I'm sure. Where it's just like people, like, they've been waiting so long. It's like Duke Nukem, basically. They're just like, oh, we've been waiting so long. It's been, like, under wraps for so long. Here it is. And then everyone's like, oh, God, this isn't what I thought it would be at all. So, yeah. I feel like people's expectations always ruin the reality of what it is, because they're always like, oh, okay, I'm expecting this to be the greatest thing ever since sliced bread. Right. And then it's not. And then they're really disappointed. Saying, oh, this series is so good, except for the last game. Or something like that, you know what I mean? They always feel like, oh, the game they're waiting on the longest is always the worst one. I mean, I can't think of a game people have been waiting on for so long that's been, oh my god, this is the best game ever. Maybe Fallout.
Duke Nukem Forever?
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
Okay. But then hell froze over, and then it melted to freeze over again with the announcement of Shenmue 3.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Which, I don't care about Shenmue. I'm glad that people are getting it up until the part where it's on Kickstarter.
Yeah, that was
I think it's funny because they're like, alright, fine, you freaking morons. You want Shenmue 3 so bad, put your money where your mouth is. Fund it. Then we'll give it to you. But this is Sega.
Yeah.
Sega's got the money to make a Shenmue 3 if they want to.
Hats off to Sony, though. That was a pure, like, genius marketing move right there. Like, they get all the credit for unveiling.
Yeah, they get all the credit for doing absolutely nothing. They very much said, "This is not ours. We have nothing to do with this."
Oh God.
So, do you care about Shenmue at all?
No, honestly, no. I've never played it and don't know anything about it. I only know there's like a forklift in it. That's pretty much it. I know it's like a. I'm pretty sure it was like a big RPG at its time.
RPG is a bit of a stretch, but it was like a
open world,
a martial arts adventure story.
Oh, okay, right.
There might have been an RPG. I don't remember. It's been a long time since I did not like it, so I didn't play it that much. Yeah, I mean, whatever. If that's good for them, good for the people that are going to get it.
Yeah, that's kind of it at the end of the day. Like, I always just say, like, okay, well, you know, that's fine. They get what they wanted after all this time. It's kind of like that with Last Guardian. I know people were waiting on that for so long, but now it's just like, oh, there you go. Like, I'm not excited about it because I have no, like, reverence for it at all, but, you know, I'm glad other people do and are finally getting it, so, you know, cool. It's cool for them.
And then for an unprecedented third time, hell froze over once again. For Final Fantasy VII Remake.
Oh, God.
Which...
That was hilarious.
So the thing coming out of this is I'm seeing a lot of cynicism about this. A lot of backlash, which is strange.
Right.
Because it's exactly what a lot of people wanted. So I'm confused. People had the right attitude about Shenmue. Was like, oh, good for the people that are going to get that. That's nice. And then Final Fantasy VII comes out. It's like, what? That's a waste of time and money. Like, why are they doing it? It's what people wanted, though.
Right.
And they're finally the problem that I have with it is that as early as last year, they came out and said we're never going to do it because we don't have the time or the resources to dedicate to it. And then they just freaking lied. They just lied to us. Unless they came up with the idea that they were going to do it this year, which, guess what? They didn't. They lied. They've been lying for so long. As someone that's just played Final Fantasy VII pretty recently, I'll check it out.
I mean, I've never played like any Final Fantasy, so
this will be a good way to do it.
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe. I mean, they didn't really show it.
Right. Yeah, they just showed like a tiny bit of it.
A CG trailer. I think it was a CG trailer.
Yeah,
it wasn't in it. Yeah. There's no way.
I mean, this game could take years to make. This kind of they might have just decided that day, hey, let's remake Final Fantasy VII. Everyone high fives.
It took them a while to. It took them a while to make that trailer. It was way too good looking to. There's no way that they did that one day.
Bust it
could
out
have been
in
a couple
day.
weeks though. Yeah.
Right, but I'll wait on bated breath. Who knows how long it'll take? I'm kind of pissed off with the whole E3 thing, where it's like they announce a game and then it's shown at the next E3 again. You're like, okay.
And then the following E3 after that.
Yeah, the following E3, there's like the DLC.
The Division has been at 3 E3s so far.
Jesus Christ, that is abysmal. Come on.
How many was that? How many was BioShock Infinite at?
I suppose. Oh man.
I know I keep bringing up that example, but that annoyed me.
Okay. What else did? Oh yeah. Then we had a bit of Uncharted 4, which was.
That's how they closed the show, which was super underwhelming.
Super. Yeah. It's like, what a world where you say, "Oh my God, they're showing Uncharted 4, boring." You're like,
is it because we're done with Uncharted? That's kind of why
I was watching this going, wow, this looks really good. But,
oh yeah, it looks good, but it's Uncharted.
Yeah.
I've seen it.
Yeah. I mean, I'll play it, obviously. I'll enjoy it.
After Last of Us, I'm like, alright, I'm strapped in for I'm all in for whatever Naughty Dog wants to do next.
But this is it. Like, I think you have to kind of wait now. You have to wait for this one.
Yeah, now we have to wait for something cool. We have to go.
Ouch.
I mean, you know what I mean, though.
I get you.
The Last of Us comes out and is like, alright, if this is what they can do,
wait,
I want to see where else they can go.
I get you.
And then they just go right back to the well with Uncharted. Like, why would they do that?
But, like, this is the proper end to it now, though. This is the final one, so.
I didn't finish 3. Was there a half proper end in 3? Without spoiling it, because there might be people that care.
I could not tell you. I am being genuine here. I can't remember how that ended at all.
I remember 1 and 2 ending almost identically.
Pretty much, yeah. Oh man, I was so like, at the end of 2, I was like, what, are they really gonna do this? And I was like, okay. Oh, I remember how 3 ended. It was literally like, drive off in the sunset job. You know.
So it could have stopped right there.
Yeah. Yeah, but I'm glad it didn't.
That annoys me.
Because that would have been a sour note to end on. Let's hope.
Why?
Because, like...
Happy ending?
No, because it kind of felt like the whole story was blah. Kind of like it was like Indiana Jones skipped the movie and went straight to Crystal Skull. It's like, no, we don't want that. We wanted Last Crusade. We didn't want this. You know? So I kind of feel like Uncharted 4 is like the retcon for that. It's like, this is the final one.
Whatever. I don't think it's as bad as Kingdom of Crystal Skulls. Is that no.
It's not that bad, but it wasn't as good. See, the thing is, the other 2 were so good. Like, they just build off each other. And
I didn't finish 3, so that
yeah,
I came really close too.
I think 3 had loads of cool set pieces. Like, they definitely bumped it up from 2.
I'm gonna play through all of those again before 4 comes out, just so I remember. But
oh yeah,
I'm gonna put it on easy just so I blaze through. But
yeah, those games can get really hard. Like,
I played all of them on hard. I'm just like, I'm getting annoyed. I don't like the combat enough, so I don't know why I kept doing that. But
I mean, there's always a point in Uncharted where I get stuck at a point where it's like, what I'm trying to do clashes with how the game is behaving so badly that I keep dying like over and over again, where I'll be stuck in a spot and then I'll be like, okay, I have to take out this guy on the left and take out this guy on the right and then run over here, duck down here, blah, 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 to the point where I actually know where everyone's going to be. So, yeah.
And I just feel Nathan Drake is just so freaking floaty and fumbly when he's running around. It's not something like, oh, there's a guy rushing me with a shotgun. Alright, I'm trying to run around the corner and then he trips because because the game cares more about animation than it does about gameplay fidelity, and you get killed.
Ouch.
And the aiming just feels off. And right. Everybody takes a million shots to kill.
Oh, yeah. I don't like that either. It's like pure bullet sponge.
Especially the first one. Holy crap.
I do really love the first one. I think I love the first one.
More than 2?
No, I don't know. I like certain elements of 1 more than 2. But I like the set pieces.
Too. I like the personal. It's almost the Arkham Asylum to Arkham City argument. I like the personal story of 1
Right. I like
versus the big grand adventure.
Yeah, I like one. Yeah,
that's
you. Yeah, nail on the head right there. I liked how like confined one was. It's like you're just on this big island and you just, you know, it everything just flows into each other. It's like sure you're in like a temple one section and then you're in like a forest another, but it still feels like the same place as opposed to two where it's just like you're everywhere, all over the world, like sky hopping. Why not just go everywhere you can?
Especially it's bad because you kind of just like, all right, I guess we're going to Argentina, and then loading screen, and then the loading starts.
Just spins the globe. Let's go here. Okay. Now here. Oh shit.
So the Indiana Jones like map thing where you see the plane flying from one part. Does it do that? I feel like it does.
No.
Maybe no. It can't. That'd be
that's too on the nose. So yeah.
Whatever.
There was more No Man's Sky for Sony.
I still don't know what that game is.
Okay. I kind of have a feeling I know what it is. It's sort of like Elite Dangerous meets Minecraft. That's the best way to put it.
I am all the way out.
I figured.
But I don't know. The way he's saying, like, it's all these games in one. Like, you can fight, you can...
Right.
You can hunker down, you can build base, like, all that stuff he was saying. And he showed absolutely nothing. So, like, here's literally 5 seconds of space combat. And then he flew away. And like, here, look at all these planets. And then he landed on a planet. There's nothing here, but at least, you know, you're seeing that there's a planet.
I think one of the big reasons for this game...
There's no fighting, there's no... I need something. Yeah. I don't want to just go to planets and have there be nothing and just be foliage everywhere. And
but like,
it's pretty, I guess.
I think the whole interest in, like, people paying attention to this is because they just, like, you said you have no idea what this is. I think people will buy this or are paying attention to it because they have no clue what it is and they just want to see what it is for themselves. I mean...
Well, I'll wait until everybody tells me what it is.
Yeah. I have a genuine feeling that it's going to be one of those games where, the community makes it more than anything because that's pretty much...
It just sounds too good to be true.
Right.
And they haven't shown anything to prove otherwise.
See, I kind of feel like people's expectations are way too high. It's not a AAA game. It's just a really expansive indie game. Like, it's not like the next...
But they've been saying that it's...
All they've been saying is it's huge. There's so many planets to explore.
Yeah, but then he just said on the press conference that you're going to be able to do this, you're going to be able to do this, you're going to be able to do
and maybe you will.
It's basically saying that maybe you will, but that doesn't mean it's going to be good. Right. He hasn't shown any of it.
All right. Yeah, but see, the thing is, like, I think the whole fact that they're not showing everything is its strength. Like, there's a whole lot of mystery behind the game.
Or I mean, it's strength to them.
Yeah. But certainly it's strength in terms of like, okay, they're getting people's interest because, you know, they're getting like, coverage and stuff and people are...
I'm worried that they're not showing it because it doesn't look good enough.
I wouldn't agree at that.
I mean, I just...
Who knows?
Keep in mind that I'm just beginning to think it's not gonna be for me because everyone seems super excited about the prospect of exploring these unlimited planets, even if there might not be anything there. If I go to a planet, the second I go to a planet and there's nothing there, I'm done. That's wasting my time. That's boring.
I agree with you there. If like they kind of had a bit of a brief glimpse of like, this is like 5 different scenarios. What happens? Like you land on a planet. This is what could happen, and then they show.
Yeah, and then they show nothing.
But every
and then they
time,
show, there's these species here that I can discover. Oh, cool. I get to click a button while looking at it and then upload it to. Who cares?
Right.
That doesn't do anything. Unless it unlocks like something. But even then. What's it going to unlock?
That's it. It's just like every time I see this game pop up, it's
so
followed
worried
by the question, what is it? What is this game? I have no idea.
Pokemon Snap? Then I might be in.
Maybe it probably is like some elements Pokemon Snap with some other like flying around.
Just like species discovering.
Right.
But I mean, if you go to a planet and you just walk around the planet and click a button on stuff that's there, that's not interesting either. Pokemon Snap at least had, you know, stuff you had to do to get stuff out of its natural habitat. You had to, if you just walk around and click, there's a fish.
There's way more to it than that. You got like, I think you could do cargo runs and stuff like that.
I hope so. But like, what does it do? But what does money do?
I don't know.
What do you do with the money?
Upgrade your ship, upgrade your weapon.
When he said, "Oh yeah, you earn credits for sending all this," for what? What do you do?
Your ship, like.
So is there a shop? Is there like a big space station that everyone goes to and buys stuff?
Maybe. Or you could probably just do it from like the menu in your ship or something like that.
This game, he said it's coming out soon, and nobody knows what it is. At least the Division still has a while, and the Division showed more than No Man's Sky has.
Yeah.
We at least have a general idea of what the moment-to-moment gameplay of the Division is going to be.
Right.
We have no idea what you're going to be doing in No Man's Sky. The only thing they have shown is flying from planet to planet and walking around. That is it.
I mean, yeah, there's a lot of unanswered questions. So far, it kind of just looks like you go through randomly generated planets and you activate a beacon, but like, is there any kind of loot? Is there a treasure? You know, do you upgrade your weapons or whatever?
But for what? Like, if there's no reason to upgrade your weapon, you can't. If you're going to go to a planet, there's no progression of planets. You can go to any planet you want.
No. You can only go to a few, and then you have to upgrade your ship to go further. He said the whole aim of the game was to get to the center of the universe. So it's kind of like one of those, like, see, it's kind of hard to describe because I don't know. Like, this is just what I think. But even they are like, the whole objective of this game is to explore. That's pretty much it.
If the objective is to get to the center of the universe by going from planet to planet to build up your ship to get there, then all right, maybe there's something there. But the part where everything is randomly generated is the thing that worries me, because if I go to a planet and the only thing I can do is walk around and take pictures or whatever of the plant life and the animal life and just upload it and earn credits to upgrade my ship, then I just don't care. When they say randomly generated, like, oh, there's going to be all this stuff you can do. Literally every planet they have shown is just him walking around.
Right.
And he even mentioned that, like, oh, this planet's not that good. Yeah, because it's randomly generated, and you can end up... What happens if you just get a bad stroke of luck and every planet you land on is just super boring?
Right. Okay, I'm going to say, like, the whole presentation, the guy that presented it, I could tell he was so nervous.
But he's done this every time. He's always been nervous.
Right.
I'm beginning to think that's his shtick. He's been on the stage multiple times and he still comes out as if it's his first time.
I mean, fair play. You have to give him respect in that regard. I mean, he's doing it even though, like, he's pissing himself. But I feel like for, like, practicality's sake, the team behind No Man's Sky need to set up a YouTube channel and make, like, a 5-minute video explaining, like, this is what an hour of No Man's Sky looks like, and then just condense it into 5 minutes. Like, that's what they should do. Because there's so many unanswered questions. Or just, like,
load up a live stream and just freaking play the game.
Right.
For however long.
But the thing is, you see, I feel like they could definitely do that, because...
You're not going to be spoiling anything, because there's apparently unlimited content.
Right. But, I don't know. I kind of feel like this is, like, a bit like, you know, was it Elite Dangerous, yeah? It's kind of like that, but except you explore planets. That's kind of the vibe I'm getting from it. Look, that's the best way to describe No Man's Sky. I don't know.
Whatever. I'll look in its direction.
Right.
But I'm worried. And I shouldn't be worried, because the worst case scenario is just something that I don't play.
Right.
But I'm just so, they've hyped it up so much that they make it sound like something that I want to play.
Here's the thing. When you say they hyped it up so much, they didn't necessarily. It was everyone else hyped it up for them. All they said was it was randomly proceed. You know, everything's randomly generated.
But they also said all the things you can do and all the stuff that, like, unlimited planet. This is all stuff that they said. The hype built up around it because of the promise that they gave.
Right. But it is unlimited planets. It is, but they never, like, they said you can do stuff in it, sure, but who knows? You know. Anyways,
No Man's Sky.
No Man's Sky. It's still a big question mark. Who knows?
Speaking of big question marks, Horizon.
Oh man, that was something else. I did not expect that.
That looked cool.
That was pretty cool.
But wow, again, we don't know what that is.
Yeah.
This whole thing of, like, let's just show him this brief thing where he let's not really explain anything. It looked like a third-person action shooter-y sort of game.
Right.
But it made it seem like there was more to it than that, like hunting. Mm-hmm. You're going to go out and hunt? Because the story was like, oh, all right. So it's like post-apocalypse. It's post-apocalypse?
Right.
It's like the civilization has kind of built back up after post-apocalypse.
I getcha. It looked cool.
It looked cool. That's kind of the only thing.
Like the mech dinosaur kind of thing was interesting. Yeah. I've never seen anything like that before, so I was like, wow, that's
the wildlife is all robots. I'm so interested to find out why.
Like, that's genuinely cool. It's like, wow, I've never seen this kind of thing before. So, yeah. It looked pretty cool.
But they didn't show a lot, but what they showed was enough for me to get my attention.
Okay.
So
I'm interested.
Hey, it's a PS4 game too.
Oh yeah,
finally.
Nice. Woo. Right. Should we move on then?
Call of Duty. You want to talk about?
Oh no, I didn't even watch that.
It's co-op.
Okay. Cool.
I don't really care that much.
I remember how everyone was pissed off about Sony being like, we have the DLC rights or whatever it was, the exclusivity for like a certain amount of time. And everyone's like, oh, that's so bullshit. But it's like every year Microsoft had that.
Yeah, well, Microsoft had it every year because they were the number one console. Guess what? They're not anymore.
Oh!
I mean, it's true.
No, it's true. Yeah.
Why would Microsoft, or Activision rather, be on the number 2 console? PS4 is selling more. So we're going to be like, okay, buy it on PS. If more people are going to buy the PS4 version, they want that stuff there. It's just business. It has nothing to do with like personal jabs. It's just, we're going to make more money on PS4. That's where we're going to be.
All right. Next conference, I believe, was Nintendo.
Was it Nintendo?
Oh, was there one before that? Yeah.
No, I don't think so.
Was it? Yeah, Square Enix was on before.
Was that? I thought that was after Nintendo.
Oh, was it? Oh, yeah, it was
we
after.
We can gloss over Square Enix because I don't have a lot to say about it.
Okay. You don't have a lot to say about Square Enix?
I have almost nothing to say about it.
Really? What? They had like 3 great games that I loved.
Yeah, but what do I have to say about it? They didn't show really anything.
Yeah, a lot of it was kind of like off-screen kind of stuff.
A lot of it was stuff they already showed at other press conferences,
right.
Like Tomb Raider, which looks great.
Right, yeah. But I'm talking about the big guns, like they
like Deus Ex.
Yeah. Ooh.
They didn't really show that either.
I saw some gameplay of that. It looks pretty good. What else? Oh, Hitman, that was announced. Oh my god.
I'm not a Hitman guy, so.
Oh my god. I've been reading so many previews about it because, like, I love Blood Money, and it's gone back to Blood Money. But it's doing it in such a weird way. That's kind of interesting, I have to say.
The stuff they show, the promises that they're making sounds like something I'd be interested in.
Right.
But they didn't show it.
So you've no idea how the new Hitman
Absolutely
works?
No idea.
Okay. Right. So here's what happens. You come December when it releases, you pay the full price for it. But the thing is, the game gets released over time. So you get new contracts every so often. And if you, like, the contracts are, if you mess up the contract, that's it. Like,
yeah, he's gone forever.
Right?
That's the stuff that I remember them saying that.
So over the course of, like they said, like 6 months or so, they're going to keep releasing steady contracts with more story and everything. So it's like you're kind of playing it real time in a sort of way. So it's like, that's actually really interesting. Like, it's kind of like, I don't know how to, is there any kind of game that does something like that where like it releases its content over a while, like a steady flow as opposed to just the whole game in one package? I don't know.
That's the Telltale games?
Yeah, actually, yeah, it is very much episodic in that regard. But yeah, it looks, I think that's really cool because it gets everyone a chance, because it gives everyone a fair ground to, like, if you're like, oh, I want to get the best score, you can like practice all you want in one map and then you're totally ready for the next one. But then the next one's going to be completely different. So who knows? But yeah, they're going back to Blood Money. They said they're going back to that style of you can be as creative as you want.
So if, what if I buy this game a year after it comes out?
I'm pretty sure you get all the stuff on it already.
But I'm not going to be competing with anybody then?
No, I'm sure they'll probably still have contracts going. Maybe it's a case
if I buy this game a year after it comes out and I screw up a contract, does that mean that contract's gone forever?
Yeah, I think so. But I think you can replay it or something. I'm really not sure how it works, but I think you can replay it, but just not in like a...
Weird, something that sounds promising, but you don't know how it works? It kind of sounds like the theme of E3.
That is very accurate.
Yeah.
Look, I'm excited. Like, I like Hitman. It looks interesting. It's a cool step, I think. Like, they're doing kind of progressive, like,
the last one did nothing for me. None of them really have done anything for me. I've never tried Blood Money, but the ones before that and the ones after that did nothing for me.
Blood Money is great. See, the thing is, like, most people run into Hitman thinking, oh, this is an action game. No, it's just like a really cleverly disguised puzzle that, like, you need to figure out. Like, there's like, oh, there's a target here. How do you get there? There's all these different ways, like, put it together, piece it together, and then just go from there. So, yeah, I really do like it.
What was the last one?
Absolution. That was the last one.
Absolution was it was more, there's like one correct way to do this.
Right.
It felt like to me.
And the worst part was you could just pull out your guns and shoot everyone, and that was it. Like, there was no repercussions.
Yeah.
Except for a minus score, which is awful. Oh. Anyways, the other thing from Square Enix was
Just Cause.
Just Cause. Oh man, it's more of Just Cause 2, but more tethers, grappling hooks.
I've never been a big Just Cause guy. I thought it was fun, but I got bored. So this is cool for people that like that sort of thing. But when they, well, I mean, the trailers they showed looked incredible.
Right.
But if it is just make your own fun, just go around and blow stuff up, then I'm gonna get bored. I need some kind of structure.
Well, they do have a story to it, but
the story sucks.
Well, yeah, that's it. Like, you didn't have to say the story was good, but there is a story somewhere.
I mean, the meat of the game is going around and just doing crazy stuff.
Right.
And that's cool, but I need more than that.
But
I personally need more than that.
The thing is, like, I I feel like I agree with you there, where it's like, after a while, I'm like, oh, this is boring. But I don't know, Just Cause just has something that I always try to do, like, top the way I, like, freed a base the last time. Like, I remember one time I, strapped loads of C4 to a car and then drove the car in, blew up a huge tank, and the tank like exploded, hit loads of fuel depots, they all blew up, then they hit. It was just like a knock-on effect, and I was like, okay, that was one way to do it. Another way, I just like flew in a chopper and just exploded everything. Like, I like that kind of like, oh, you can just have fun that way. But yeah, I agree with what you say, like, it can get boring after a while, but it is fun to just do whatever you want.
I will look in that game's direction as well.
So yeah, Deus Ex, Just Cause, and Hitman. They also had Kingdom Hearts.
They also announced Nier
3 and
a new
Nier. Yeah,
game.
what is Nier? I have no idea what that is.
Nier is apparently, it was a Japanese RPG, but not in the traditional sense.
Oh, okay.
And a lot of people really loved the story of that game.
Oh.
Like, loved the story.
Okay. Right.
But the game itself was kind of So, I don't know. I've been interested to check it out just because I heard that the story is so good.
Did you see the guy that was on stage?
With the mask?
With the mask, the moon mask. That was hilarious.
Yeah, that was weird.
Apparently the guy doesn't like his picture taken at all.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
What a way. Like, he has his picture taken even more with a big moon mask on. Out. Yeah, exactly. But, fair play. He came out, but with a moon mask on for whatever reason. Oh my god.
Yeah, they showed Kingdom Hearts.
Mm-hmm. Which is,
I liked Kingdom Hearts 1.
Right.
I thought Kingdom Hearts 2 was okay.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know where that story is, and that trailer proves to me that I still don't know where that story is. That it's turning into Destiny levels of pretentiousness.
Right.
It's so convoluted now, I don't even know what's happening. So maybe I care, maybe I don't. I haven't decided.
Okay.
I like the first two Kingdom Hearts games.
All right.
But the story just got so out of freaking control.
I've no preference. I don't think I've ever played a Kingdom Hearts game, so there you go.
You might like the first one.
Yeah, probably. Who knows?
They've re-released it like 800 times.
Nice. Okay, so that was the Square Enix one, and then it was Nintendo with the Reggie puppet, which is great.
That was fantastic. The Muppets thing was great.
Yeah, that was really funny. That was actually like the guy who does make the Muppets, like the actual guy. And
they showed Star Fox.
Yeah, which was woo. That game, okay, Star Fox looks cool, but that game looked really bad.
I'll give Nintendo the benefit of the doubt because they have ways of making stuff better than other people, I guess. But just based on pure, just the way that game looks, that looks like an N64 game. Not in terms of graphics necessarily, but just in terms of what is done.
Right.
It doesn't look like
it doesn't.
That game is doing anything different.
It just looks like the same kind of game, but
graphically,
it didn't
even look that impressive.
There's no what's new about it. I don't know. Like, it just looks like, oh, it's Star Fox on Wii U. That's it.
That's their big thing. Then boy.
Yeah, I feel like. See, the thing is, like, Nintendo aren't great at E3 because they have their own direct conferences now, so they just do everything there.
Yeah, and that's fine.
Yeah,
because I don't know, but Nintendo's been so bleh with me for a really long time. They didn't do anything to change it with this. The few things that I thought were bright spots, I thought the Mario and Luigi Paper Mario crossover thing looked pretty funny. The Zelda thing, I guess, whatever. I'll never play that because I don't have 3 people that are willing to buy the game. Or just 2 other people.
Right. What else was there?
Yoshi's Woolly World.
Oh, yeah.
Kind of cool.
Yeah, it looks cute. I mean, there's so many, like, I can't even think of what else there was.
But then they showed Skylanders. They showed What else? Like Zelda Hyrule Warriors for 3DS. Like they showed a bunch of stuff that really doesn't matter. The showstopper was Mario Maker. Holy crap, I want that game.
Mario Maker. Pretty sweet. I want that game. What was the weird, like, did you have to go somewhere to, like, play it? Was it, like, Best Buy or something like that?
Oh, yeah, it was like select Best Buys, not all Best Buys. Yeah. Mine didn't have it. You can go in and play the game, which I'm assuming that you just go in and play levels, because they're not going to let you go in there and screw around with the level maker, right?
Just make a huge dick. Like, that's what everyone would do. Like, you can't even deny that.
just write FUCK in question mark blocks. I don't know.
Yeah, so that's actually coming out on September 11th, 2015.
Yeah, so weird. That's an interesting date to choose.
Yeah, very weird. Oh, boy. Are you going to pick it up?
Yes.
Oh,
yeah.
Sounds good.
It sounds like my dream game. The first three 2D Marios that matter, and the new one, which is good too. Just infinite levels for them? Yeah, okay.
It's kind of weird that, like, it's only now they're releasing a Mario Maker. I mean, this is the kind of thing I would have thought would have been out ages ago. Like, it just seems so simple to do.
Oh, that was a really cool trailer too, when they were showing, like, the concept of the levels on graph paper and stuff. Did you watch that?
Yeah, I saw that. And then,
that looks so cool. I saw people saying that they would buy an art book with that stuff in it. Like, I don't like art books, but that'd be one that I'd buy. Just the graph paper of Mario levels. That's awesome. Yeah. I'm surprised they still have that. That's nuts.
So yeah, I think that was pretty much it for Nintendo.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I forgot they had the PC gaming show.
I didn't watch that yet.
What
was there?
I don't even know. I don't think anything was really announced from it. Maybe, let me see. I don't remember. Oh, I saw it. Like, there's a load of, like, other, like, which is the course of E3. Like, you know, other games get shown. They get their own little, like, interviews and uploaded by GameSpot, IGN, whatever. One of the coolest games I think I've seen was, this has been around for a while now, but, it was Kingdom Come Deliverance, which is like the realistic, medieval RPG. So it's like, it's...
Oh, right. Was that on Kickstarter? No.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was on Kickstarter. Yeah, okay, so that game actually looks really cool, if I'm being perfectly honest here.
I have not seen it, so you'll have to tell me.
Okay, so, think of The Witcher, that kind of style. You know, you go up to someone, get a quest, and then you go on your way. But the thing is, there's no magic involved. It's all straight-laced kind of investigation story. The guy said that one of the quest designers, not the quest designer, was it the quest designer? I can't remember. But he said, like, the Red Baron, or Bloody Baron, mission in The Witcher 3 was a big, influence on the whole kind of story and how they handle quests.
Wait, how do they know?
About the...
Yeah, they've been...
Oh, no, because they said, like, I don't know, they just said, like, that was a good influence on
them. Or it's just it's similar.
It's similar. Or whatever. Yeah, it's a similar, like, you have to go investigate things and then you go from there. Yeah, like, it looks really good, like, in terms of, like, graphics. Like, there's this one bit where, the character was walking through loads of bushes. He's walking through loads of bushes and then came across, like, a stream in the middle of a forest and, like a babbling brook kind of deal. And whatever way the camera work was doing, like, as he waltzed through the bushes, it felt like I was watching, like, a GoPro kind of thing. Like, loads of bushes coming at someone's face, and then all of a sudden, he's just walking into this clearing. And I was like, wow, that looks really pretty. It looks so realistic. Yeah, there's, like, it's pretty cool. Like, it's very true to its word. It's very realistic looking because at nighttime, the guy had, like, a torch out and you could barely see in front of you. So I was like, okay, yeah, that's pretty accurate. Like, if it's nighttime, you're not going to be able to see anything. The combat looks very realistic as well. Like, it was proper. You have to wait your turn and then, like, you know, wait for an opening, go for there.
Yeah.
I am terrible at selling this, but yeah, it is something you should.
I'll check it out.
It's kind of like, it's like, I've never played an RPG where there's no magic and it's realistic, and this is kind of it.
That sounds fine to me.
In terms of other news, let me
But you care about Rock Band 4 or Guitar Hero at all?
I mean, yeah, I'm interested because, you know, I haven't played one in a while, but...
See, the thing is, though, is that they're kind of screwed because most people have the Xbox 360 version of those instruments.
Right.
And now they have PS4s.
Yeah. I also have the instruments still. Actually, I have the Guitar Hero instruments, and I do not want to get the new Guitar Hero.
Well, not to mention that the new Guitar Hero does not support those old instruments.
Gross. Okay, yeah. So, see, it's weird. I want to play... It's like, if I could somehow magically have the controller for the session, like if I can play it when I'm playing Rock Band, but then when Rock Band's over, it just magically disappears again and doesn't clutter my house, that would be absolutely amazing.
I have two, but I don't know. The part where I have all the DLC on Xbox, you know, it's just,
right, yeah.
It's a mess. I would need an Xbox One basically if I want to play Rock Band.
Okay. 4. Yeah, because it's tied to your other account, I get you.
Yeah.
Oh, that's messy. If only there was some way where it had like a Rock Band database where you could just like download all the songs from your
People
account.
have been saying they want that forever.
Yeah.
And
it's like,
I guess it's harder than it sounds.
Yeah, don't forget it's like music license as well. There's a whole lot.
Yeah, absolutely. But I don't know. That just seems like the perfect solution.
Right. Yeah, where it's just like a big database where you just download
just
it.
Just a karaoke sort of mode where you play in like, for an hour I get to play whatever song I want.
Right.
For $5 or whatever.
Yeah. Who knows? I see I remember like hearing somewhere it's like the whole actual game of like Rock Band / Guitar Hero is actually keeping the instruments in your house. That's the game. Like, where do you store the instruments? I have 2 Guitar Hero instruments to my left, and I have a DJ Hero instrument over there in the corner.
Ooh.
It's like, oh, okay.
You're never using those again.
Never. When will I? The only reason I would use the DJ Hero thing is if I want to like spin something like 180 degrees, slightly away from myself.
Just put like pizza on it.
Yeah. If I'm like having pizza and just spin
a really small pizza.
A really small pizza.
Like one piece. No, even then it'd still struggle to fit.
But as I spin, I just go. Okay, what else is coming out? You're gonna love this. Heavy Rain and Beyond Two Souls are coming to PS4. Yeah. Yeah.
Why?
I don't know. They probably heard we were talking about it and said, "Oh, hey, let's sort these guys
they heard
out."
us talking right now, and they just announced it. Breaking news.
Yeah, I think, you know, whatever you want out of that.
Whatever. I don't care. It's not news anymore. It's just we're going to be taken over.
Right.
Eventually, they're all going to be re-released. I can't wait for the first re-release of a re-release. That's what I want.
Oh, God.
When PS5 comes out, and it's like, all right, we're bringing up God of War 3.
Again? It's like God of War 3 will be like the old story, like your grandparent tells you. It's like, I'm sick of this. I've heard this already. It's like, I don't care. You're listening, right? So then Kratos...
I don't know why God of War 3 is the one that I picked, because it's not even out yet, but... Yeah, I don't know.
So then Kratos pressed circle, and he had sex with everyone. Jesus.
Do you think that we get a re-release of a re-release? Do you think that ever happens?
Yeah, definitely.
So you think there will be a game that is re-released again?
Yeah, I mean, it's already happened. We already have a re-release of a remake. re-release of a remake. Yeah, we had the PS4 release of the GameCube remake of Resident Evil.
Yeah, but the remake is, you could consider as a whole separate game.
Right, but it's still like a...
It's not like, alright, well, Dishonored is now on PS4, and then the next console generation, well, we're bringing back Dishonored, we're gonna put it on the PS5.
No, what I'm saying is that, like, we're not that far off just yet, like, it's happened before, so we're on the way.
Yeah, I don't know. No. Can't happen.
Yeah, hopefully not. God help the younger generation ahead of us. They don't even know. We'll be like, oh, I played this game twice. I played it on 2 consoles at once. Okay, yeah, another game that came out that I actually was completely shocked by is Dark Souls 3. That was weird.
That was at one of the Microsoft? Is that Microsoft?
Yeah, it was actually.
That leaked hard.
Yeah.
Beforehand.
I can't remember. It was IGN?
It's like a week before.
No, it wasn't IGN. It was some podcast. No, not podcast. I can't remember. It was a YouTube channel.
Whatever, it leaked.
Yeah.
All of it leaked.
Weird. Like, Okay, I know it. They've been working on it for a while, but like so soon after Bloodborne, like whoa.
Well, it's the fact that it was the Dark Souls 2 Bloodborne,
right?
Dark Souls 2 re-release,
yeah.
And now Dark Souls 3.
Yeah, Jesus, like
it's a never-ending barrage of Souls games.
Which isn't like the worst thing in the world. Like, I mean,
I don't know.
But there are worse games that have coming out all the time.
Yeah.
To be fair, we did say that.
If this is 2 years off, fine.
Oh, but if
this is next year, I don't know. I don't know. I might need a break. I blazed through Bloodborne.
I saw
you haven't. Yeah, you barely touched it.
I'm taking my time with that really slowly because I keep swapping between games because I'm crazy like that.
The thing that there's still something about Dark Souls that Bloodborne did not have, so I'm hoping that Dark Souls 3 fixes what Dark Souls 2 got wrong.
Right.
And has the depth that Bloodborne didn't have.
The only thing,
like the interconnected world and sort of stuff that Dark Souls 1 had, but not 2. Like that's just I think Dark Souls 1 was the peak. I want that again. Yeah.
See, it's so hard to like get a game that good again. I think where it's like, see, there's a lot of kind of when I played Dark Souls for the first time, I just picked it up and went, "Oh, I'll play this." And it was like the best game I've ever played. And now it's kind of that you kind of need to go into games nowadays not knowing anything, but it's kind of hard to do that because games are everywhere nowadays. But I don't know, Dark Souls. I don't think Dark Souls can do another. The Dark Souls series can't do another Dark Souls. They'll probably have to restart again. Like not even Bloodborne quite reached.
What if they re-release Dark Souls 1? HD remaster.
Well, I would obviously buy that because
even though it's already in HD.
I would want HD. I want double H, double D.
I want triple H.
I want triple H, triple D. Oh god. Yeah. I think my favorite part in Bloodborne is the crows, just saying. Oh my god.
The ones that sound like wolves. They're like, rawr, rawr, rawr.
Yeah, Jesus Christ. Because like, you're just walking along and
they're so easy, but they're freaking terrifying.
Mm-hmm. You're just walking along, silent, hear a church bell in the distance, splashing of like water beneath you, and then fucking these metalcore singers just elbow drop you in the face, and you're like, holy shit.
Yeah,
I swear to God, like, I remember saying, oh my God, it's like straight up metal. It's just this gargle of like blood from these ravens or crows, whatever. It's like, oh God.
I don't know who I'm kidding. I'm going to play Dark Souls 3 whenever it comes out.
Yeah.
It's going to happen.
See, the thing is, when I played Dark Souls 2, I had a bit of a sourpuss on my face, because I was like, ugh.
So did I.
It was like,
I still liked it. I still had a good time with it.
Figure out why. I don't know why. It was just...
Well, I knew why.
I know why, because Miyazaki was involved in it. That's why. There you go.
Well, he was involved with Bloodborne. I had almost the same sourpuss on my face while playing. But I like Bloodborne a lot, but it's not what I want. The load times were out of control, but it's not what it's not the design fault, I guess. But just think about Dark Souls 1 and how unbelievably designed it was, from just the way the world was connected to the bosses.
Perfect.
It's just so good. And they have not even remotely come close to that again.
Right, but yeah. I keep forgetting. Every time I say, oh, Dark Souls was perfect. No, it's not really.
And I don't even know if it's perfect, and not in terms of, they haven't even tried to get that back. They're doing more in Dark Souls 2. There's a hub that you go off in a direction, and eventually you reach a bonfire that's a dead end, and you have to warp back.
Yeah.
In Bloodborne, you're in a hub. It's kind of just one long level until you reach the end, and then you go back and then go into one. It's basically like Demon Souls.
Right.
But longer.
Right. Well.
And they haven't even tried to go back to Dark Souls.
I just want Dark Souls again, like where you get to pick up, you get to make your own kind of base kind of thing, where it's like, okay, this is where I always come back to, as opposed to I have to go back to this place. Like I always go back to Firelink Shrine, eventually, because like, you know, I have to go across this path and then go down this way because that's the way. Yeah,
and the shortcuts you make to get back there and stuff. Yeah. The part where you're allowed to teleport right off the bat in Dark Souls 2 kind of ruined it.
Right, yeah. But like in Dark Souls 1, it's when you get that ability, it's like a godsend. You're like, oh my god, yes, thank God.
But that's after you have discovered everything.
Yeah, that's like so far into the game. I think, Dark Souls just, I remember kind of trying to explain to someone why it's so good and why it's better than 2. It's like, it always kind of keeps you on your toes and like it pushes you into the unknown. But like once you like if you keep going and then you defeat a boss, but then you find your way coming back to an area you recognize, you get this insane sense of relief and like you legit take a breather, like finally I get to like sit down and focus where I get to go next, and you actually feel a sense of progression and rewarded for it. But it's the way the world is built, because you always come back to the Firelink Shrine and get to sit down and see how things have changed and talk to people. But
it's like the perfect combination of linear and non-linear.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
You get set in a world, and there are certain paths you can take, and you have an objectives. You have to kill all these bosses or whatever,
right?
And just go find them. But they're in these pathways that lead to these different areas, and they eventually loop back around, just like kind of everything does. And you go around in circles enough, you will end back in the same spot.
Exactly.
It didn't feel like open world, like Ubisoft sort of thing, where there's a bunch of nothingness over here. No, every direction had a reason.
Right.
But it didn't feel like a narrow pathway. It felt like a world.
Mm.
They nailed it. They nailed the feeling of structure, but also openness.
Right. It was like,
and they haven't even tried since to do it again.
It was like a really well put together, like jigsaw puzzle. Like wherever you turned, you would lead to a new area, which lead to a new area, but eventually you would always find your way back to where you started at some point. And it was all interconnected, and it was just, it was beautiful. Like,
and talking to my friends and saying like, all right, how do I get to, Swamp of Sorrows or whatever? It's
right.
like, you can take the elevator down from the Firelink Shrine.
Right.
And go across there, and then you can go through the dragon place, and then that's an easier path because there's less stuff in the way, but there's stuff that are hard there. Or you can go through the well, and there's just so many different ways that you could get there.
See, okay, one of my favorite bits of like Dark Souls is like the whole element of like it kind of brought back this element of like playground discussion. It's like if you were playing the game with your friend or someone who had it, or someone who's playing it for the first time long after you played it, and they're kind of asking you like, oh, hey, how do I get here? It's like, well, you can go this way and go down this way, blah, blah, blah. You kind of teach someone how to play it, but without directly spoiling it for them. And then someone will say, oh, I want to upgrade my fire weapon. And it's like, oh, don't upgrade a fire weapon, get an electricity weapon. That'll do you better. It's that kind of like expert know-how. Cause I remember when I started first playing it, I was playing with a friend and we both had no idea. And we were like constantly texting each other saying, oh, I'm just after completing the first boss. It's really satisfying. He just said, oh, you completed it. And it's like, how did you do that? And his first boss, he thought, was Havel, the really fucking hard guy with the big dragon tooth, basically.
Yeah.
And the first boss was like the Taurus demon for me, but he thought the first boss was Havel's rock, whatever it was. And he was like, you beat him? And I was like, no, what are you talking about? It's like, yeah, the guy in the stone set armor. It's like, what guy? Went back.
That guy that one-shot you in the tower?
He thought that was the first boss. And I was like, no, that's not the first boss. The first boss was way past him. It's like, oh, okay. So it was that kind of like playground rumor. It's like, oh, did you hear about this? And I was like, oh shit, I better go check it out. And it was there.
Well, yeah. Plus the idea that you can go there. If you're good enough, you can take him down.
Yeah, you can
go down that path.
That's it. If you pure skill. So cool. If you have pure skill, you can just do it. Like if you know the ins and outs of the game, you can do it, but it'll take you a long time. But it's really cool that they give you the option. So, yeah.
God, Dark Souls.
Dark Souls is like, it's kind of like, the first was so good, but everything else has just been slowly falling away from what was so great about it. So, just gradually,
they keep the combat, that's good.
Yeah.
But they change stuff that doesn't need to be changed, and they don't change stuff that definitely needs to be changed. It doesn't make any sense. Mm. They're just, and the sound of Dark Souls 3 where they're changing all this stuff, and I'm like, they don't know what worked. Mm. Apparently it was all luck, because they don't know. They're just experimenting until they hopefully hit it again. That's what it sounds like to me.
Oh boy. That doesn't sound
good. Because I remember in Dark Souls 2 where they're like, oh, well now when you die, your health doesn't go back up when you're human again. I'm like, wait, that's not any problem that I had with the first game. Like, that doesn't solve anything.
Right.
Oh, now you can get invaded when you're dead. Like, oh, perfect. Now I don't even have an out for when I keep getting invaded. It's just, they keep changing stuff that doesn't make any sense.
Mm.
I was like, I don't know, maybe it was such a perfect storm for the first game. If we change enough around, maybe it'll happen again. I don't freaking know.
Mm.
They don't know what they're doing. It's annoying.
The only other bit of news coming out of E3 was the whole... Destiny has that new DLC, which apparently was like the new story. And I was like, but...
Where's the old story?
Where's the old story? It's like, this significantly improves upon Destiny's older story. It's like, well, yeah, I mean, there wasn't much to improve on. So.
They're sitting there talking about like, oh yeah, they're mad at you because you beat him with his own sword. I'm like, who? Who are you talking about? I don't know any of these people.
What? Who are you people? What is this?
Just don't. Yeah, let's move on. Hey, one thing we should touch on.
Sure.
VR was a huge deal this year. I'm seeing a lot of reports that everyone's like, it's changing my life. It's blowing my mind. We were not there, so we can't say one way or the other. I can just remain skeptical. That's all I can seem to do. Even with hearing people say that it's amazing. Right. I still can't get my mind because I can't try it. That's the main problem with VR is that how do you sell VR to someone who hasn't tried it? Right. You can't. All you can say is that it's really good or this will change your life or whatever it is that they're saying. I want to try it, but I can't.
So do I, but you can't. See, that's going to be really tough for like the marketing people. Like, how can you sell something unless you actually like have it? Like, you can't just say, "Oh, this is really cool." It's like you have to show me. So, are they going to like do a kind of like a roll out some trucks kind of deal?
I don't know. Do they go to Best Buy and say, "Hey, come to Best Buy between noon and 5 o'clock because we're crazy"?
Yeah. 5 o'clock.
I mean, because I don't want to spend hundreds, if not thousands of dollars on a chance that it's the game changer. You know, it's too big of an ask.
Right. So far, the problem
when you can't prove it to anybody.
The problem is there has been no big game or anything like that.
That's another thing is that I don't have a good reason.
Right.
Yeah, all these proofs of concepts are like, yeah, just imagine what they can be able to do with this. But I want them to get to the point where they're doing it, not imagining where they can be. I want them there. Right. So I can get it and then just be like, all right, I'm in this world now. Right. I don't want to be like, all right, I'm in this white room and I get to see all this. Apparently it's all cool, but how long does that last once the novelty wears off? Like, oh yeah, it's virtual. If I get to the point where I'm like, oh, I can only imagine what they can do with this. That's the part where I'm done. Because if there's no next step after that, if the feeling of, oh, this is the future, I don't want it to be the future. I want it to be the now. That's the part where I'm at, you know, because I don't need it. I don't need the promise of what it can do. Right. I need it to be doing what it needs to be doing for me to spend that much money on it. And it's not a lot. It's not an insignificant amount of money. It is quite a bit. The Oculus guy came out and said, if you don't really have a good PC, it's probably going to cost you like $1,500. That's a lot.
It's a lot of money.
To build a PC and get it, and he was just ballparking. He was just like, I don't know.
For what is basically an accessory.
It absolutely is.
It is just a new way to play a game.
And that doesn't count monitor, you know,
Right. Yeah, the whole setup and everything. Like, see, the thing is, again, like, they've no big game for it. They've no, you could, like, okay, maybe you could have some games where you could patch it in and play, like, I don't know, Grand Theft Auto first person with the Oculus Rift, which would be really cool, but there's no, like, genuine, like PS4 Morpheus game. Like, oh, we have this new game coming out that's, like, really, what's integrated with the VR. There's none of that. Like, I haven't seen any of that at all. But, see, again, who knows how much the Morpheus is going to be. What's the other one? The HoloLens? Or is that something else?
There's a bunch now. There's the Star VR that Starbreeze came out with. There's Valve's thing.
Oh, I forgot about that.
The Vive. There's the HoloLens that Microsoft is doing. There's Oculus. There's Morpheus. There's more than one.
Right. It's exciting. I'll give you that. It's something new. This is the new next. This is the next step for sure. But it all depends on how it's handled from here on out.
I was listening to a podcast that they were saying like this is the E3 we're going to look back on and say like this is the first step to where you know.
Right.
It's going to be the YouTube or whatever, you know, we're going to point back and like, this is when things changed. And we're going to point to this E3. But as someone that didn't experience that, I can't say that for sure. And I can barely comment on it because it's impossible for them to sell VR without someone trying it.
Right.
I'm also not convinced that someone with motion sickness won't get annihilated.
Oh God, yeah.
Because I have some motion sickness, and if I put that on and there's even the tiniest bit of latency, I'm done.
I don't think I've ever actually experienced like VR, so I don't know. I might be okay, but I don't think I have bad motion sickness. But yeah, I remember like people saying like the latency in the early Oculus Rift was like super bad. They would just like the roller coaster. Yeah, they just get sick because it's so.
Because they'd move their head and the thing wouldn't move along with their head.
The only thing I can actually think of that kind of made me say, maybe VR is something interesting. And the next thing where it was a very amateur YouTube clip of a guy like doing a roller coaster, and he had his hands out and he was like leaning left and right in like time with the roller coaster. Like he really felt like he was on it. But there was this one bit where he was going down and his friend came up behind him and shook him. Like he kind of pushed him back. And his friend was like, he started stumbling, like he started screaming like he lost the use of his limbs. He legit thought he was falling. And I was like, that is like, if he actually thought for a second he was falling, like his brain was tricked into thinking, oh my god, I'm in real danger here. That could be something that's really cool. Because, like, there's not, like, the thing about games is, like, how do they make you feel like you're part of the world? Like, I think VR could be the next best way to do it. If you're like, oh my god, I'm actually feel like I'm in danger, or holy crap, I'm about to fall. Like, it could add a sense of, like, real immersion to it, you know? Yeah. But, who knows? Could be a pipe dream, could be the next big thing, who knows?
I'm excited.
I'm interested
about where it could go, but I need to see it for myself, and I don't know how I can do it. Maybe I'll go to E3 next year.
Ooh,
somehow.
Yeah, I'm really interested to see how they're going to figure this out, because there's no way in hell that anyone's getting a free tester kit or anything like that.
Nope.
No way, because too expensive.
Maybe it's like a kid's meal at McDonald's. You go in, get 6-piece McNugget and a VR headset.
Fucking hell. That would be interesting, alright. That sounds like so, like, George Orwell. It's insane.
Yeah.
Oh, God. Yeah, is that it? I think that was it for...
That might be it. There's probably other stuff we missed. If we remember it, we'll talk about it some other time.
Right. I think,
it's freaking hotter than balls. I really want to turn on the air conditioner, but I didn't want the...
Ooh. I think that's it. We'll probably talk a bit more next week about some
Batman. Batman. Are you playing it?
Batman. I'm not playing it. I've no funds for Batman, unfortunately. But I'll be living vicariously through you as you play it.
You'll hear about the Batman. That's the one thing that annoyed me, the exclusive DLC for PS4 or whatever, the Scarecrow thing, which looked really cool.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Also explained kind of how that game could be rated M, if that's...
Ooh.
Did you see that?
I did. Yeah. It was... Did you see that, E3? I don't think about it. It was like an E3, it's like the first 10 minutes of Arkham Knight or something like that. Not like 5 minutes, sorry. It was like, it showed the introduction to it. It was really feckin' brutal. It was like this cop.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about. That's not an introduction, that's DLC.
Oh, that was the DLC.
To the PS4.
I thought that was the start of the game, the actual game.
The first person cop thing?
Yeah.
Yeah,
holy hell, that was
Yeah, but that's
graphic.
DLC. That's DLC.
Oh, that was DLC, okay.
Only PS4 people are going to get, apparently.
Oh.
So, that sucks. But if that tone is part of the actual game.
Ooh. Nah, I can't see that. It was a bit goofy.
No, in terms of
brutal?
In terms of violence, though,
okay.
it explains the rated M thing.
For sure.
Who
knows? Oh, no,
I don't know. Let's name a word for someone that listens all the way through.
I
have a rubber band here, so how about rubber band?
Okay.
Rubber band. If you listened all the way through, rubber band in the comments.
No, rubber band.
Or you can skip ahead and figure out which word it is, but
that's commitment. Just to figure out the word.
That's pretty impressive. Yeah. All right, Nathan. Thank you.
You're welcome. This was the E3 spectacular
of the Randy and Nathan show.
Yeah. Coming at you live from downtown Seattle. Hill.
I've never been to Seattle.
Me neither. We should go. Do you like coffee?
No.
Okay, I don't either. We won't go.
Is Seattle known for its coffee?
Yeah, I think it is. I think it's Seattle.
Probably have other stuff. It rains there a lot.
Yeah, it does. That's where Infamous is set. It's second son. There you go.
Does it rain a lot in Infamous?
It does, yeah.
Well, okay.
All right. There you go.
So we'll see you in Seattle.
Yeah. And
Goodbye.
Goodbye. Take care.
I love you, Red E3.